IDubbbz is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
There's some self-care that needs to be done on all sides here. Ian, in particular, needs to divorce his wife at this point. I think it'd just be helpful to not only himself, but the overall internet. Hassan, there's so much to say. Frogan, I'm going to show you a great photo of Frogan. There's a lot to go over, and I kind of want to like get my thoughts out there immediately before I watch this. We're gonna jump right into it, okay? We're just gonna jump right into it. Hello, welcome. I haven't watched the content cop yet, okay? I haven't watched it yet. I heard that it is total dog shit. So I'm gonna try my hardest to go in this objectively, because realistically, as much as I hate Hassan, I will agree that there's certain things that Ethan is kind of being like really over the top about. A lot of the frivolous lawsuit stuff I've talked about, where I'm like, is it really going to go anywhere? Is it really going to do anything? Not really. I'm not a fan of that. But, and here's the but, okay? Here's the massive but. If it was just them trolling him or like fucking with him or being like, Ethan, you suck, and he crashed out over that, I'd be like, Ethan, you're cowing out. You're cowing out, dude. Here is the part that everyone is forgetting, okay? Here's the part that everybody forgets. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Grizzly. Everybody. This all happened because of a disagreement. A disagreement over Israel and Palestine. A conflict that none of these people genuinely give a shit about. How do I know that for a fact and say it so definitively? Well, Frogan's donated a lot of money. Hassan's donated a lot of money. Okay, cool. That's awesome that you've done that. When you're screaming and yelling, we need to do more for the cause, and you're screaming and yelling people are promoting a genocide and not doing anything causes more of a genocide, I don't respect you until you go out there and do something about it. Until I see Frogan and Hassan in the West Bank and Gaza with the Red Cross and other like charity organizations that help take care of these people, I don't care. Nothing that comes out of these people's mouths make them real activists. These are people that sit on a fucking computer screen and talk shit all day, which is crazy because I do that. Here's the difference between me and someone like Frogan, Hassan, Denims, Mike from PA, Sean the Black, Bad Empanada, all of these fucking people, is that I know what I am. I'm a dude that just talks shit. That's all I do. These people want you to do something. These people want to change the world, in their words. They aren't doing shit. And all of this drama is because of a disagreement between Hassan and Ethan. Ethan wanted to say, I don't want either side to die. I don't want innocent Palestinians and innocent Israelis to be bombed, to die in a war. That is what the crux of this whole fucking drama is all about. And where are we now? All of Ethan's employees have been doxxed fully.
Ian looks like a cancer patient in this video.
So first, all of Ethan's employees are doxxed. The Teddy Fresh employees that have nothing to do with the show. Lena and AB are constantly treated as like Uncle Toms for Ethan. What else? What else are we doing here? Oh, right. How could I ever forget the two big ones? Calling Ethan a genocide supporter.
I hope
and calling CPS on his family.
At CC3
how could I forget that? That this disagreement has led to people in this fucked up community to try and break up a family. Think about that. Think about that. This is where we are now. We're fucking IDubbbz. The punching bag. The guy that wants to be rehabilitated and be involved in these fucking progressive spaces now because nobody likes him anywhere. These people, and I shit you not, Ian, I know you watch all the content made on you, and Anissa too, because Anissa does all the memes that we all know. and use against you guys. So I know Anissa is going to watch something along these lines. And by some miracle, if Anissa stumbles upon this live stream, Ian, they are parading you around as a fucking chimp, as a monkey that smacks his cymbals and go, am I a part of the group now? Am I good now? I'm a reformed person, a reformed racist. That is what you are to these people. You're not growing. You're not changing. You were used as a proxy in a bullshit fucking content war. That is what you are. You and your wife, mostly you. Your wife, bro, I fucking hate your wife. And here's the other thing. There's a part in here that genuinely annoys the shit out of me, where he cries on camera and goes, oh, well, I see the dynamic that Ethan and Hila have to go through, and people are making fun of my wife, and if I respond, and like all that shit, right? Ian, your wife started all the fights that she has ever been in. All of them. Every single one of them. Look back on Anissa's history and tell me that she was the victim of unnecessary clapback from people. All the way up to now. Watch. I fucking dare you to find something like that. She is the instigator, and then people respond to her instigating, and then she goes, oh,
way better too.
Oh, I can't believe they responded to me. They're harassing me. That's what your wife does. If your wife didn't fucking stick her nose in dumb shit, she would have been getting shit on all the time. The difference between you, Ethan, and Hila with your wife, okay, is that Hila's lived in Israel. She's lived through this stuff. Now, can you argue that she might be propaganda brainwashed by the IDF? Whatever. I won't argue that, just like how Americans are fucking propagandized by American television. Okay? But she lived it. She's seen the horrors that go on in Gaza and in Israel. You have not. Your wife is 8% Lebanese. She's mostly a dirty Italian like myself. Your wife needs to shut the fuck up. And you, with this video of just, I'm not even ready to watch this yet. I just need you to see this. Can we have a laugh before we get into the most ball-sucking Hassan video of all time? Can we just look at this photo? This is accurate. This is accurate. This is accurate. Draw two cards. Draw two cards, and the pot of greed will shame you for donating $100,000 to Palestine, like Frogan did to Ludwig. Dude, I don't even like Ludwig, and you people are making me defend him. I don't even like Ethan. I don't. I haven't liked Ethan in years. But you people are so insane that I have to do it. Are you out of your fucking minds? The other half of this is that Ethan could have just dropped the content nuke and moved on and not brought any of this shit to the public. Right? I get it. I get it. But fucking hell, man. A family was attempted to be broken up because some dipshit in Argentina is trying to fight what he considers the good fight. This is ridiculous. How are we here now? I haven't watched this yet. I haven't watched the video. I've been saving this. Because I just know I'm going to hate it. And I wanted to just see what it's like raw. Okay? I'm not ready.
Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the fucking thing in our defense, like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have...
Bro, in the clip in of itself that you're showing, Ethan is talking about how these people called CPS, accused him of killing his dog, all of this shit. These are crazy things to accuse a man of with no proof over a disagreement involving Israel and Palestine.
The moment Ian screws up, he'll get the same treatment as Ethan.
You are literally watching the thing that makes Ethan justified to be pissed off at these people, and you thought to make a content cop on that.
Says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
Look how fucking... I get it. The intros were always fucking cringe or whatever. I get it. But this is like lazy, dude. Remember when Ian would like crawl in sewers and like eat pickles and like fight like a gnome version of Keemstar? Like, remember that? Remember those intros? Those were funny. This is 2016 era. Like, 2016 era shit is really old and boring. He's just doing the same shit he's always done. Okay, typical intro like he used to. I'll call this one a little bit lazier than the other ones, but that's okay.
What's up, everybody?
This is how the video starts. This is how the video starts. With Hassan. This... I thought it was like further down. I thought it'd be like further in here. Wow. Instantaneously.
I'm Hassan Piker in this awesome broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California.
Shut up, you Alex Jones fucking ripoff. Holy shit. You are literally just Alex Jones. Has anyone ever noticed how Hassan mobilizes his audience is just like how fucking Alex Jones does it? They're almost one for one.
Los Angeles, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to...
No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't.
I call it context puke, as I normally do, because the reality of the matter is, it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am.
You are all of those things. Like, literally, unironically, you are an actual apologist for rapes that happened. Like, you're a guy that is pro-terrorism of people landing on boats with guns to hijack them. Like, you are all of these things. Like, I don't... Oh my god, the fucking Christ.
A vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly,
you're borderline. I would say yeah.
Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How?
The acting is just so fucking terrible. The acting is literally just giving me fucking... Oh my god, what the hell is going on?
BTW, the chat is fake too.
I know the chat's fake, it's obvious. It's just like, oh my god, this intro is like giving me fucking cancer.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wake up. Okay, so we're starting off with a gaslight. We're starting off with a gaslight of Ethan. Now, I get it. Again, Ethan's doing some crazy shit. I'll admit that. But, is it so wrong for him to be upset that a group of people called CPS on his homes, and when it happened, you all kind of like brushed it off initially until you started getting shit for it? Like, are we really going to gaslight him into thinking he can't be upset about that?
Wakey, wakey, Ethan.
Fucking Christ. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is
The dumbest bitch imaginable is in the beginning of this. Oh my god. Denims literally has nothing to give to society under any circumstance other than her tits. Like, there's literally nothing else about her that is, like, of unique value. Nothing. There's nothing I could really say about Denims without making me sound like a raging misogynist, because she is all the things that should be hated in a woman.
no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Ew! The fuck is this? This is somehow worse than the pot of greed photo that I used. Oh my god. It's like staring into my fucking soul. It's horrible. This is terrifying to me. These are all like the worst people imaginable. Like, don't get me wrong. There are really evil sides of the internet, okay? Incredibly evil sides of the internet. These people all encompass and embody a evil side of the internet. And Ian has essentially jumped up on camera with all these people to essentially help gaslight Ethan into believing all the things that he's been saying and all the frustrations that he's had with these people are not valid. Isn't that insane to you? I understand that Ian doesn't have to be beholden to like Ethan's like help of him in the past and all this shit. He doesn't have to. But like siding with these people, like genuinely getting in a room with them and doing a whole bit of like gaslighting Ethan is actual insanity. I can't stand this already.
Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Oh, Sean the Black. Yeah, the guy that said we need to kill people on stream. The guy who calls white people like fucking, what is it? They're still systemically slave owners, white people. Yeah, Sean the Black. This dude is so fucking ridiculous. He is the most retarded fucking streamer on Twitch, and nobody talks about him.
Wake up. Seems anyone? Just wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not going to do a react content.
This is like watching a friend of yours like enter a cult. Whoa! You know?
Autism
Have you ever like had
Assemble.
a friend just like join like a group of people that you're like, dude, these people are like really gonna fuck you over in the future? Like, you ever see like have you ever had a friend like that? Have you ever had somebody that you're like, hey, you shouldn't go into this thing? Like, it's like when you watch a friend go into a multi-level marketing scheme.
Two things.
You know what I
Isn't it
mean?
Funny Ian shaved his head before going after a Jewish man and his Israeli wife. Secondly, do you think Froggan sniffed the chair after this like Casey Tron did?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So has anyone like had that where a friend of yours become like an MLM member? They're kind of like, hey, you're kind of like, hey, buddy, this is totally a scam. Like, you're going to get fucked over here. You're not going to get paid any of the amount of money that they're talking about. And your friend's like, no, dude, they're really positive and they're really cool and they're really good people and they're going to help me succeed. And I see the issues with the people that don't get on my level or that aren't evolved enough. You know what I mean? You ever see that? Or like people in a bad relationship or they're addicted to drugs. Like, this is like watching that happen in real time for me.
Yeah, chat.
I'm the same
Yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Yeah, okay. So we're making jokes about the Sabra hummus thing, which was literally, unironically, a race tier list of Jews versus Muslims. Yeah, okay. So Ian hasn't changed. Anyone that says that Ian's changed is just either lying to themselves, retarded, or doesn't understand that Ian's literally just doing this to placate to a new audience, but dial it down a little bit so he doesn't get canceled by them. That's all he's doing.
Froggan is built like a regenerator.
Yeah, she's built refrigerator. Yep.
Ethan, wake up.
What the fuck was that gay shit that I just saw? What the fuck? Whoa, what the fuck is up with Ian's tooth? Oh. Oh. The fuck is that? Oh my god, what the fuck? It's a gold tooth? Are you sure? That looks like it's rotted. These are all people like in their 30s, right? Like how old are all these people? Like in their 30s? Other than maybe Frogan? This is interesting. Okay, so I already have a question for chat because you probably watched this already, but I'm just going to ask. Is this video about the actual content in of itself with Ethan, or is this about his takes on Israel-Palestine and their personal interbeef drama? So it's not about the actual content. Okay. He doesn't even bring up the CPS stuff? Wow. Whoa! Wow.
Smash sure pass Vrogan or to feature you answer now.
I will not answer that question.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3, content cop, IDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would have...
Who the fuck is still referencing Sargon of Akkad? What the fuck? What year does he think it is that people are asking him to do a Sargon of Akkad content cop? What the fuck?
Imagine this. In 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's got to be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot. It's Ethan. He's the...
Wow. Wow. Wow, that's some irony shit right there, dude. Ooh.
One who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friend.
Attacked first? In the context of you and your editor? Now, do I agree that you are beholden to your editor, IDubbbz? Ex-editor or current editor, whatever. Not really. Like, my editors say crazy shit all the time, and I'm not going to take responsibility for their shit, right? But, like...
Tell Goat to let me out of the basement. I've eaten all the rats. I'm so hungry.
That
I
sucks.
haven't seen my wife and kids in a year.
Hopefully Goat keeps you there for another year. So, I need to, like, really kind of think about this. So, the person that Ethan is talking about that he has an issue with is your ex-editor who is saying that Ethan is allowing shit
when he should.
all over the house
badge, little
and
boy.
attempted to kill his dog. And I understand you're not beholden to the editor, okay? The editor's going to say his own shit. But you already said you weren't going to get involved. Let's just take a look at this meme real quick. Anissa, referencing Etica's suicide, the last thing someone who's going through something like this needs more eyes on them. Proceeds to do a content comp. Okay.
Friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine.
Which is true. Ethan is right. He did support them through Creator Clash 2. He did support them through Creator Clash 1. He did support them on their downward spiral where Ian wasn't doing any content whatsoever, brought them on podcasts, promoted their stuff. Now, again, does that mean that Ian needs to fucking defend Ethan anytime he's in a drama? No, I don't fucking defend my friends if they're in a fucking drama. That's their fucking bag to deal with. But the difference between me and Ian is that I just don't talk. Or I make a comment about it like you did here, okay, in this moment. And you say, listen, I'm not going to get involved. I don't want to exacerbate this. I'm too biased to this situation, or that I have no stake in this situation. That's all you needed to do. You don't have to do this. Something tells me someone wiggled in your ear, hey, we can get in good with Hassan and his fans and rehabilitate your image if we go after Ethan. That's what I'm getting out of this video so far. Just a lot of yapping from a certain bitch covered in tattoos.
And to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years.
I am very excited to see how Ian is going to frame the entire drama between Hassan and Ethan, because I have been paying attention very closely to it. Not covering it all the time, but I've been paying attention. So, Ian, because the content cops used to be pretty well researched in some retrospects, at least the older ones, I'm curious where this is going to go.
So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level.
Which that show was shit. Anyone that liked that show, you are borderline fucking retarded. On both sides. If you're pro Ethan, pro Hassan, doesn't matter. That show was shit. It was two retards that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, trying to tell you about what the fuck is going on in the world. Yeah, I'm sorry. Leftovers was dog shit. This was Ethan's darkest timeline.
Level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Where he was like fighting on the idea of like, here's an example of Hassan being equipped to talk about things. He's totally for like China taking over Taiwan. You know, I'm pretty sure that was brought up in the debate.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions.
Oh, so we're going back to 2019 where Hassan is saying the same repeat points again and again and again and again and again, yet somehow that means he's well equipped to these things. Hold on.
Horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, that's dancing suspended with
Okay.
With friends like these who needs enemies.
Wait a fucking minute here. Because Ethan was doing silly content in 2019, that means he's automatically ill-equipped to have a conversation about something that affects not only him, but his wife, extended family. Like, because he was doing silly content in 2019, that somehow just devalues Ethan's positions? How the fuck does that work?
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that that may be a war crime. It literally is.
It's just eating the toppings. The pizza looked like a burn victim.
What the fuck is this? What is this? What point are you trying? Oh yeah, Ethan did silly shit in 2019 to 2021. He wasn't a serious political advocate. Hassan's not either. He's not a part of the DNC. He's not going to be a sitting member of Congress. He's not going to be a politician people vote for. He's a dude that watches videos and reacts to them on stream and gives opinions about politics. That's it. That is it.
IDubbbz should take low-tier God's advice to heart.
He should, unironically. But like, just because Ethan was doing silly shit doesn't mean that he doesn't understand the situation going on in Israel-Palestine and is ill-equipped to have a conversation about it.
It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine. You know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic.
Oh, wait a fucking minute. I just remembered something. Remember when all these people were glazing Ethan for debating conservatives and saying that he's well-versed in these things? He's so good at debating Steven Crowder and fucking Pearly Things and, Sneeko and fucking Fresh and Fit. Like, didn't the left, like, suck him off saying that he was a very well-organized debater? That he understands the arguments of what they're trying to get across to these people that are idiots to them? Crazy that it just randomly flips now when it's something that he doesn't like involving Israel-Palestine. Oh, that's crazy. That almost sounds like he said one thing you guys didn't like, which was, I believe that all people shouldn't die in this situation, and there should be a two-state solution. and then immediately devalues everything Ethan's ever done debate-wise or pro-leftist-wise. Just gone. He's not an expert in anything anymore. He's just a goofy guy. Got it.
Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli.
Wait,
where
what?
He is extremely sympathetic to
Okay, I thought he said tricked for a second. I was like, holy shit.
the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand,
Oh my fucking god. Did IDubbbz not know that Ethan has criticized the state of Israel multiple times and has called Netanyahu a war criminal? Like, who the fuck? Like, who did this? Who did the research for this video? Because it sure fuck wasn't Ethan. I mean, it wasn't Ian. It sure as fuck was not Ian. Who did this? Ah, I know. Because we're gonna read the comments, and I know who's gonna. I know who he references. Really, really smart people. Really smart people. I know the description. I saw that screenshot. But I'm asking facetiously. Man, I wonder who did the research for this.
he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan.
No fuck. Shut up.
On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They
Politically savvy. Hassan's audience is politically savvy. The waiting room people are politically savvy. Question, Ian. Bad empanada doxing people and taking credit for calling CPS on Ethan's home to take his kids away because of a disagreement involving Israel-Palestine. Are those politically savvy people? Chat, are those politically savvy people? Or are those schizophrenics that are slacktivists and won't go to Gaza or Israel to actually do anything about it? I'm just curious where your mindset's at here. Because politically savvy is not who I would describe Hassan's audience to be.
They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something...
No, he's not. He's a reactionary streamer. He's a reaction streamer. He literally does all forms of content. He also does gaming streams. He says he hates... Didn't he say at one point, he's like, I'm not just politics. I also do content. What was it? I do video game streams. Nobody cares about those. Remember when Hassan did gaming streams and his viewership numbers tanked like a fucking rock and he got pissed off about that? Remember that?
They're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things...
They're keyed into the politics of the world. Yeah, the people that are pro-communism are really keyed into how communism works in the world, man. Oh, yeah, they're totally savvy.
They're just like not accurate and it's just propaganda. They're going to call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience...
Are we not going to extrapolate on from the river to the sea of curse upon the Jews? Are we not going to extrapolate deeper on that, Ian? Are we just going to like let that go? Are we going to let go of like the Houthi slogan too? That Hassan interviewed that fucking terrorist? Are we not going to extrapolate deeper on that?
That Ethan has, adopted over the years. They're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it, not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some...
It's almost like Hassan and his audience are saying that Ethan is a genocide apologist, and Ethan wants to give a take about Israel that is not just that one-sided aspect. Not all Israeli people are evil fucking people. Not all Palestinians are evil fucking people. You need to look at it as people. What happened to that?
Super racist, like crazy, you know, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful, fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no?
Did he censor out Ethan calling Denims a bitch? Did that just happen?
I'll go there.
And it's all culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the
burning bridges with people. I'm sorry. A community of people that are saying that he is pro-genocide, that his wife killed kids, that his kids are not safe with him, and that they eat shit, that he tried to murder his dog. Is Ethan not allowed to burn bridges and like turn on those people and go, you all, I was so wrong about all you, you're all fucking deranged? I don't see how that's a wrong thing. Again, there are certain things I'm not really cool with Ethan doing, but the overall aspect is that. That microcosm of the situation is the main focus here. Burning bridges with people like this, I see no issue with that.
Bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing.
Oh! If Ethan gets some help, but you're going to stand on stream, you're going to stand in Hassan's room, flipping off the camera, telling him to fuck himself, and wake up, Ethan. You're in a nightmare, Ethan. Hassan is right about you, Ethan. But yeah, Ethan needs to get help. You're totally not contributing to that, buddy.
Other creators. Maybe if he does these things.
Harassing other creators. The fuck?
Eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my...
yeah, that ain't happening. Fucking Christ. Nah, it's not happening. Ian and Ethan will forever be arch enemies from now on. I think this is worse than anything Keem did to fucking Ethan. You know, it's like a crazy thing, right? We sit here and we're like, yeah, the Keemstar Ethan beef's going on forever. They really hate each other. If there's one thing about the Keem Ethan beef,
I did watch Hassan back in 2021 because of J6, but then
the difference between how they started are two entirely different things.
And Ian is a tool.
Two entirely different things. Keem got mad about a comment. IDubbbz wrote a whole video siding with the people that have a community of people that are willing to call CPS on somebody and platform a guy that is very pro-doxing and harassment of people. Isn't that crazy? So Ian expecting, like, maybe we could rekindle our friendship? I don't think that's going to fucking happen.
Approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
Yeah, remember when you said you didn't want to get involved and then you started doing these fucking tweets, retard? Remember when you and your wife said adding more to the fire is a bad thing, but then you proceeded to tweet about it?
I like IDubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this. It's stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy's evil, and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also, he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video...
Why is this so, like, fucking boring? Why is this content cop, like, just completely out of energy?
Video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it. I'm not gonna
Ethan Klein, you really think putting yourself, your crew, and your audience in a semantic competition over petty, you're old, I'm right, you're wrong obsession you cannot get over is the right strategy? Stop tormenting yourself. Listen to Hassan. What? Yeah! Totally, dude. Just listen to Hassan. Yeah, that guy. This is literally gaslighting. Like, what? How can you agree with this?
Retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed, my old friend. Some wings or two bird fed.
What I saw is that Ethan is very much prone to anxiety and stress, and have loads of people in his head was a lot. He didn't leave the room for self-questioning. So Hassan doesn't have to self-question about being, like, really against people dying, like Israelis dying, or, like, platforming terrorists. Like, he doesn't have to self-reflect on that at all. These people are ideologically raped, dude. Instead of going in an instant defense mode because it challenged too much of his belief/experience, it feels fair but immature. But the thing is that Hassan also lashes out at people that are against him. You're basically just projecting all the things that Hassan does to all the things that Ethan does, because they're both doing the same fucking thing in a sense. Hassan and Ethan both cannot handle when they get shit, right? But at least Hassan is, like, just bullshitting you on it. Ethan's, like, trying to combat it, to be like, fuck you, you're totally wrong here. At least Ethan has the balls to fight back. Hassan will just be like, these people are stalkers and crazy people, right? But nobody's, like, tried to take Hassan's family away from him. Nobody's tried to call ICE on Hassan's family to get them kicked out of the United States. Nobody's called CPS or animal control on Hassan's audience, like they've done with Ethan. Ethan could be angry at these people.
Colored.
Now that brings us...
Yeah, and at least Ethan fights on his show. Hassan will send denims to fight on his behalf.
To February 28th.
Animal control, because Hassan doesn't have children. He has a dog.
This year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of...
I am very interested to see how you do this.
Other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers...
RFK gaming chat, I'll get to it in a minute.
...that IDubbbz former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very...
You just said it was horrendous. Are we? No fucking way. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please. I am begging you. That he is not about to do the fucking Hassan talking point that it's Destiny's community Ethan's getting information from. Please. Just fucking please. Please tell me that's not about to happen. I'm fucking begging you.
Very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account.
Oh, no! No. You do know Icarus hates Hassan, right? Like, all of Destiny's community hates Hassan. They are sending that because these are all shitty things that are being said about H3. Now, is it ridiculous for Ethan to, like, really pay attention to all this shit? Yeah, I think he's got to stop. But, like, Icarus is a DGG fanboy, no? Wrong Icarus? So, wait, so did I get that wrong and did Ian get that wrong? Because even the same Destiny Icarus. Ian. Oh, Ian. Oh, you sweet, sweet dumb bastard. Oh, God, you sweet dumb bastard. You said that Nick posted that? I'm curious. Ethnicity, fuck you. Okay, stupid shit. Bad empanada. Because it is not Creator Clash 3. I don't see Nick tweeting anything about that. Wait, I think I saved something. Hold on, wrong Icarus. Let me double check something real quick. Because that is super fucking funny that he's using the same talking points that fucking Hassan's people do, where it's like, it's destiny, it's destiny, it's destiny. It's Destiny's community. They're just being mean. Where is it? I could have sworn. Okay, wait. I do have it. I think, yeah, this guy put a whole thread together. All right. Shout out Alunar on Twitter, bro. Shout out this motherfucker. Ian accuses Daliban shitter Icarus Bath of being an Ethan Klein A-log. Trying to ruin his life within the H3 subreddit by getting him to crash out while LARPing as a fan, seemingly entirely off the back of one random Redditor. I can't find any evidence of these people, Icarus Bath and Icarus Down, being related. I can find it hard to believe there was some secret evidence out there confirming that that Ian went through the trouble to find this nobody, but didn't end up putting in the video. This is the Icarus_Down's entire post history prior to deleting it this year. There aren't any Destiny-related posts. I failed you? What? What did I fail? This isn't even Nick. Called it! Let's see here. Because Nick doesn't use his main account anymore, dummy. He uses the one with the check mark so he can look important. What's more, don't really have karma. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't use the Reddit. Karma is not removed alongside deleting post history. Not only is Ian using random Redditors as a source, but he's sourcing them on verifiably false claims. Let's see here. How to scrape address, store locator, Wall Street Bets, Tesla. So we don't have anything in there. It's not even Nick. Interesting, Ian.
Before. This account has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I...
But hold on. But the thing is that it's not just that aspect. That is something you can bring up, right? You can bring this up. You can. Ian, you could say, yeah, this guy did a bad thing, but digging into the post history of that individual is, I think it's kind of like shifting the blame a little bit more than anything.
I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, unchecked.
Okay. At least you say that.
Irritable and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't...
Has Ethan and Hila, like, cultivated a community that's willing to call CPS and swap people? Yeah, sure, they've doxed people a handful of times. Fucked up. I've criticized the fuck out of Ethan's community for that shit. I have. Still do, because I don't like Ethan. But, like, have they ever accelerated it to calling CPS? Has it ever accelerated to that part?
I want to fucking hear it.
Terror supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to...
Okay, calling Dan Clancy a pedophile is crazy, but I'm pretty sure that Ethan was like, he's not actually a pedophile. He's not actually a pedophile. He's a creep, but he's not a pedophile. To be fair. Also, Hassan is a terrorist supporter. Hassan platformed a terrorist on a live stream and said, you're like Luffy. We believe that you raiding ships and taking people hostage is exactly like what One Piece would do.
Shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terror supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's like a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and IDubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know,
Which is fair that Ian didn't see it, but when people bring it to your attention, Ian, you can't really pretend you didn't see it when people are tagging you. And then you do a whole podcast episode about it. You could have just been like, you could have texted him, be like, bro, listen, what that editor said's fucked. You know, I just want to stay out of this. You could be mad all you want, but that's it. Like, you could have just done that.
I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a
Oh, you're not going to throw Ethan away? Yeah, okay, dude.
parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, that's what I'm... Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's...
Wait, didn't they... Wait a minute. Did Ian just prove that Hassan also just fucking watches Ethan and talks shit about Ethan? So they're both talking shit about each other at the same time and not helping each other to let it go. So Hassan is doing the thing you are criticizing Ethan for.
Doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you've said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
Have you been friends with Hassan for like years? Have you been friends with your editor, your old editor, for years? Have you done content significantly shaping the internet, in quotations? Hassan, Ian's not that big of a fucking deal in the big internet game of things, right? But like, some of the biggest videos of your era, Ethan was involved in and helped promote and cared about and help you do these things. Like, I feel like there's a little bit more onus on the friendship of years to save rather than the friendship of a dude that platforms terrorists. I feel like there's more important shit going on.
You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such...
That's not what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that there is a mobilization, literally, word for word. There's a mobilization of communities. Denims, Hassan, Frogan, Sean the Black, Mike from PA, and Hassan, and Bad Empanada, and Noah Sampson. All of the leftist streamers are all collectively crashing down on Ethan. And they're all saying fucked up shit that got his kids to get a CPS visit. It's not just the fact that you're following that guy, Ian. It's that you've worked with him in the past. You have a relationship with that guy. You didn't turn around and just say to Ethan, dude, I don't support that guy. He's fucking crazy. When Ethan brought it up and say, I don't appreciate you saying that. Instead of putting it into a fucking content cop video.
An insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the...
Gaslit you? When you apologized? When you said I might pay reparations to Jinx. Gaslight you? Your apology was shit. There was no reason to apologize. You criticized the content and you said slurs. That's it. Oh my God. Who gaslit you? All of us said the apology was shit. We're laughing at what you became. We didn't gaslight you. We didn't. The people that criticized your apology didn't try to SWAT your fucking house and try and take your dogs away from you. Because there's no way Anise is having a child. So that's the closest thing that they're going to have to children. There is no fucking way that this is what you're going with right now. There's no fucking way. Your situation and Ethan's situation are vastly different situations. One led to the attempt of his children being taken away.
Number one type of harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I've probably done and stood by IDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like...
Which is gay to do.
I like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this.
But the thing is that it's showing you're a spineless, snaking coward by doing this video and implementing all of these people that you just said are gaslighting him. the community that is gaslighting him. You showed that you are a snake and a spineless coward.
I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like I don't.
So you did have a text conversation with
need
him.
any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk. That's clearly looking at
friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to make.
I'm sorry.
Sure, there are even he's having a parasocial. We throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't.
Hold on. Fuck. Fuck. Wrong button. Here we are.
Gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I've probably done and stood by IDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by.
Which is gay to do that. It is gay. But again, he did do those things.
By them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he
something positive to get out of the conversation. Where is the positivity when an agency is sent to your house to take your children? Where's the positive conversation that can be had here? When they're saying that he killed his dog or attempted to kill his dog or lets the dog shit all over the house. Where's the positivity in that? Where is anything that you can see as a positive way of looking at this? You got mean comments on your apology video, Ian. Ethan had to deal with a government agency.
Refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former...
Which is gay to do. I will admit that.
...editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me, like, an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Israel.
But I haven't seen the text, so I don't know how that works.
Go to God so he can strangle Israeli babies. Or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila...
But he's still an employee of that. The argumentation point would be that if Dan said something like that, right? If Dan or any of the other crew members went on Twitter and said, Hassan wants to kill babies in Israel, Hassan's audience would go batshit crazy over that. Hassan would be like, I can't believe they said that. It's a horrible thing to say. Ethan needs to do this. Ethan, they would do the same thing. Yeah, it's fucking gay. But that's what would happen. Are you not recognizing that there are certain parallels between both actions being made by both creators, but one has had a significantly worse time than the other one?
Bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically...
Oh my God, Adam. Oh God.
The same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just, like, disappear. That guy is a piece of shit.
Please, God, tell me that Ian is not about to say that Hila said that Adam McIntyre needed to be killed. Please don't tell me that Ian's going to use that as a talking point.
Of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him, like, the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement, too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
And
like
I was
that.
supposed to be, like, cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do you forget that he called...
Why are you trying to put the halo above that? They're saying that's bad.
her children, which is something...
Which is crazy to call the child of Trisha Paytas the spawn of Satan.
We would never do. The spawn of Satan.
It's disgusting.
And
a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story.
Which fair. I could see that. They didn't disavow Adam McIntyre saying horrible shit about fucking Trisha. Okay. I think the editor fucking shit is gay. But at least they had a private conversation. That was my main thing. If Ian didn't have a private conversation with Ethan, at least an attempt, I'd be like, this is fucking retarded. But to be honest, even the private conversation wasn't good. So it doesn't really help. And it also isn't comparable when people are spreading a rumor saying that you killed your dog and that the kids are covered in dog shit and that CPS needs to be called on Ethan. That's not comparable, Ian. It's not. It's not at all.
Or, you know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said.
Moses asked them not to talk about it. Wow.
Even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing.
Oh my God. Ethan, you need to stop fighting against these people that called CPS on you. You're making it harder for the crew around you. You're an asshole. How could you? How could you continue to fight against these people that are constantly trying to dox your employees, wrap them into bullshit, saying that they need to be doxed and swatted, harassed, called CPS? How dare you, Ethan? What the fuck? Ian, what are you talking about?
Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole
You guys are, though. You've always been spineless.
system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How
probably pushed back, so you don't know.
How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh, yeah. And our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Ela knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Total bullshit. I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove that. Am I really about to use a Destiny? I'm not going to use a Destiny tweet. Where the fuck is the Nick tweet? I'm not using Destiny. I can prove it. I can prove that she's not half Lebanese. Boop. 8%, bitch. I'm actually like 50% Irish. I pee on myself in the shower. No, I've been peed on. 25% Italian, only 8% Lebanese. Keemstar is more black than Anissa is Muslim or Arab. Think about that. Keemstar is like 10 to 14% black, apparently.
For anyone
think about that.
Unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the
oh my fucking God.
part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit.
But did she live in these places? Did she experience these places? Is my question. Or did she live in Canada, get taken care of by the nanny state government, and not endure hardships like the ones that are, murders during war? She was born in Canada, retard. She was born in Canada. That's like me saying, oh, well, I'm part Italian. They treated Italians like total shit. Okay? Yeah, that was fucking centuries ago at this point, or like decades ago. I did not experience that. That's a good question, Mock-Up. I'm interested how the potato famine affected a Canadian that's less than 30 years old. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the car bombs in Canada really worked out. Yeah, right? Jesus.
Coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not going to fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans. Do we have that one?
I mean, like, just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean.
Israel warrants can send Lebanon on back to the Stone Age as UN seeks de-escalation. Yeah, that's a crazy
I thought he was mean because he looked mean.
No. It's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say.
Well, you didn't only follow, Ian. You also jumped on streams with Hassan for promotion. You've also made a video platforming all these fucking people. It's no longer a follow thing. Now it's like an endorsement thing.
About Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So,
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know, yeah.
Which I'll show. Denims is actually participating in this whole child protective.
Over half of their current and former employees follow Denims. Okay. They are combating Denims on the show with Ethan. There are people that follow people that they hate. I don't know how this is an argument here, Ian, at this point. This is getting stupid. You had me with like, oh, well, there's something to understand in regard to the editor thing. But now you're losing me. Now you're losing me. Now you're losing me. You're losing me on the Adam McIntyre and half of the fucking employees follow Denim's argument.
Service lie.
Yeah, and if you're friends with them, then you're saying what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and
But hold on, they're not friends. None of these people are friends with Denims that I'm aware of.
Let's start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit. That's clear.
They only care now. Well, yeah, he accused Ethan of almost killing his dog. Like, no shit, they're paying attention now.
Looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same.
So they were, holy shit, so you are, what? So your situation is vastly different than the employees following them on Twitter situation. You are friends with Denims. Bruh.
Same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person, like we think Ethan.
You think Denims? Okay, Ian's gone. Ian's gone. It's over. It's over. He's so lost in the sauce. Oh my god. Wow, he's gone. He's like mentally gone. He's mentally gone. Denims is a good person. Yeah, let's. Man, where's the list of Denim stuff that I could pull up? Putting a bounty to kill somebody on a Twitch stream. Platforming and promoting the bad empanada stuff, which was complete lies about the progeria stuff. Her whole chat was saying call CPS, didn't say anything about it until the day after when everyone really got fucking mad at her about it. The Sabra tier list, basically a race tier list. Excusing the question. Yeah, good point. Excusing the questioning of Ethan's kids. That she tried to downplay that the CPS interviewing their kids isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, she's a real good person, Ian. Super good person.
And Hila are good people.
Oh, yeah, right. Denying the rapes. Forgot that, too.
Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention.
Ooh, you're such a fucking idiot.
Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be...
Oh, so this video is solely about you. So this is a personal beef drama video. This isn't a content cop. This is a Ethan called me out. I didn't like it, so I'm making a
What
video
does
with
having
all of his
pride
fucking
in your
enemies.
work mean?
Got
Denims.
it. So this video isn't a content cop. It has the title of content cop. It has the skin of content cop, but on the inside, this is a personal vent video, like what a woman would put out. Got it, Ian. Totally. Okay, got it.
My friend and also be friends with someone like that?
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah.
I believe he's talking about anything for views. Anything for views doesn't like Ethan. And IDubbbz is cool with was cool with Ethan, and they were still friends and all that stuff, which is fine. The thing is that anything for views didn't try to downplay a government agency. I keep repeating it, but we literally, is Ian ever going to bring up the CPS thing? Because I've repeated myself like 50 times already that Chad never downplayed the CPS thing. He hasn't even talked about it. So what the fuck is going on?
There's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking, you're either my best friend who's deep-throating me to the base of my cock, or you are Satan. You're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody, and you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something
It sounds like somebody who's frustrated with somebody that you know is saying some shitty stuff. Is that kind of gay? Yeah. But Ethan is saying that because these people have propagated this story that has led to people thinking that he killed his dog and is hurting his kids. That's another level. That's not just being like, oh, I hate Ethan. He's a shitty guy, you know. No. This is not even like remotely that. If it was just a tweet like that, I'd be like, Ethan's being completely unreasonable. I would say that if it was just like, oh, I hate H3H3. He has a shitty podcast, and I hate the way he sounds and all this stupid fucking bullshit, right? Like, that I'd be like, Ethan's cowing out. The tweet, though, is about him killing his dog.
How.
And people were using that as a reference, saying, well, this person's close to Ian or knows Ian, who has been to Ethan's house, which means by proxy, if Ian's not saying anything, that means that it might be true, and we should call CPS. That's where my, hey, this is a bad thing, you might want to say something comes in.
powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore. But that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't
Okay, do you have anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been...
That's...
Remember when these videos were well thought and for entertainment with a lot of energy?
Yeah, I remember. So hold on, wait a minute. So if you're already making a statement and saying this guy no longer works for us, we do not endorse him. That's all you have to say. Because all these people are like, holy shit, I can't believe that Ian's editor or co-host or whatever, Anissa already did most of it. All you have to add is, we don't endorse what this guy's saying. He's no longer employed. He hasn't been employed with us forever. You were already there. You were already there. Like, you already said something. You could have just added, yeah, we don't endorse that guy. What he's saying is crazy. He hasn't worked with us forever.
nicer and more supportive to say,
This feels like a Noah Samson video. This feels like a shitty Noah Samson video. And I hate it.
don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila, sure.
You don't have to say we support Ethan and Hila. If you don't want to say that, that's fine. Add the do not agree with the things he's saying and you are fine. Done. 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 You don't even need to add, we support Ethan and Hila heart emoji. You just have to be like, hey, he doesn't work with us. We don't agree with what he's doing. You could have avoided all of this.
Yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find...
That's fine to pause the relationship, but when you know, truthfully and honestly, that somebody's kids are being attacked over lies that are spread by a schizophrenic guy living in Argentina, even though you want to put the relationship on hold, maybe combat that just at the minimum. At the minimum. At the minimum. Tiny little thing is being like, we don't really fuck with this guy. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
A moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach.
Yeah, no, you're not. There's no... I would be shocked if Ethan wants to be friends with you again.
I don't think we need to do it right now, but you've insisted. You've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my...
Brigading? What? Ian, you know how this works. Somebody says something shitty to you or about you, there's going to be comments that come to you. Hassan does the same thing. Hassan brigades other channels. Did Ethan at any point say, go write in Ian's comments this thing? No, not that I'm aware of. If he did, then fucking Christ, you got him dead to rights. But something tells me he didn't say, go over to Ian's channel and start telling him he's a piece of shit for me. Much like the guy you're siding, unlike the guy you're siding with, who constantly goes and brigades other channels to get positive comments about him.
Podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not to do harassment campaigns and instead...
Also, wait a minute. It's not just those people. Kino Casino hates your fucking guts, dude. There are people that have covered your podcast and shitting on you for it. Like, I covered that podcast episode. You were cowards. People saw it on Twitter. Cowards. It's not just Ethan's audience.
Talk about Vampire's Kiss.
They say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
Hassan brigaded the comment cop video. Lol. He told his audience to leave large positive comments. I hate Hassan.
That's the problem.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response.
This is nasty.
To what you guys were going through. We did
a fair response?
We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens.
You defended Daniel Larson. You and your wife defended Daniel fucking Larson. In that response, Daniel is a pedophile. Proven pedophile. And you equated what is going on with Ethan to how people treat Daniel fucking Larson. Oh, holy shit. I'm actually losing my mind. I'm losing it. I'm actually losing it. I'm losing it. I'm literally losing it. I'm losing it. I'm crashing the fuck out. Are you kidding? I'm losing it. I need like 3 seconds to just like collect my thoughts. Oh my God, kill me.
And you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror.
He is a terrorist supporter. Why is this like a clip that's bad?
Jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people. Let's think about...
You know, when Ethan dropped the content nuke, he was gonna be done with it. Maybe did a second roundup video, right, about like Denims and the rest of them. But once that video dropped and CPS was called on his home and his employees were swatted and doxed and everything. Is he not allowed to like be upset about that and push it a little bit farther? Why is he not allowed to do that? Why is he not allowed to do that? Why can't he be upset at that? Now, is him calling Dan Clancy a pedophile justified? No.
Because she dated a minor.
Okay. But like I'm trying to really understand this position here. This is rough. This is rough. This is rough. This is just, wow, this is the most fucking pro-Hassan video I've ever seen made by somebody other than Noah.
About it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch.
Okay, so there's an argument of comments and doing a retarded slap fight back and forth on the internet. It's another thing when that person in the comments section goes and calls a government agency to take your kids away. And doxes all your friends, family. What else? Say that you killed your dog, you know, and that ends up becoming like a huge talking point for people to be feeling justified to start fucking with your life. You know, I feel like these are not the same things.
Grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself. In terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach us to say like, oh yeah, we feel hurt.
This isn't what podcasts are. Proceeds to have a podcast that only gets 3,000 views at upload, where him and his wife bitch about their therapy sessions. Why do you have to be the bigger person when the other people are willing to like go over a line that is just unnecessary? Why do you have to be the bigger person? Genuine question.
By you guys not saying something, you've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted and I feel defensive and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's
Ian has been radicalized by far left Muslims.
Drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their head.
Is a thought. When these people are platforming people that say a curse upon the Jews, death to Jews. When they're saying we have to contact CPS to take their kids away because Ethan's a Zionist. It's just a thought, though. It's not a reality. It's just a thought. Just a thought. Just a thought.
It's now more than ever, and it's not completely.
Where's the CPS part? Because I'm pretty sure when Ethan's talking about this particular section here, that's talking about the CPS thing.
Unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying fuck you.
Stop waiting for it. I'm really just hoping. I haven't watched this. This is my first watch through. I'm just praying to God. I just do the right thing, Ian. Say what these people have done is horrible. That's all I'm asking. Just that's all I'm asking. One just tiny little thing. I need one thing to be like, you know what, Ian, good on you for that. You know, like I just need one thing, and it's not coming. It's never gonna come.
You guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and...
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to the song just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one.
Harassing what? Wait, okay, so where... Harassing what, though? Ethan makes a content nuke on Hassan and makes fun of Hassan for being like pro-terrorist and finding, even though I don't feel sympathetic to Ethan not knowing about Hassan and platforming Hassan, he's an idiot for that. I've said it forever. Making a content nuke on somebody and saying their content shit, he platforms terrorists. Is that really harassment? Is it? Is it harassment? Is it purposely trying to silence pro-Palestinian voices when a guy is genuinely platforming terrorists, not people on the ground that are being affected by these things, but terrorists?
It's not coming. It's never gonna come.
If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'll accept this take, this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which...
Isn't the Giarda stream where they're talking about the dog and the kids? Isn't that the stream that ultimately culminates into the CPS call because the whole chat's saying call CPS? Excuse me, Ian. I'm sorry. Where is this going?
I'll show that,
Getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'll accept this take, this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say...
Man, you just really kind of like move past that that CPS thing, huh? You really just moved past that.
Say something to Denims. Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
but
saying
that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're, they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have Giardia or whatever the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's what...
Okay, so it's not a matter of being a lapdog. It's that you know these people. You've been to their homes. You've met their children. You're somebody that is close to them that can corroborate what they are saying, and people are using your old editor as a vector to get you involved. Do I believe you have to comment on everything that other people are fucking doing or what your friends are going through? No. But if there's a genuine fucking lie out there, maybe stand up on your fucking feet and say, this is wrong. What you people are saying about Ethan's kids and Ethan's dog is wrong. That's not a crazy thing to expect.
Why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck.
That doesn't make you a lapdog. That just makes you somebody that knows the man.
It's not my business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something.
It's not your business to get involved with a CPS doxing situation happens. Got it. That's how we know what kind of man IDubbbz is. Even though you have issues with Ian, I mean, even though you have issues with Ethan, Ian, standing up and being a man about it and saying, hey, what you're saying about his kids is wrong. People that call CPS on this is wrong. Where's the empathy, Ian? Because apparently you learned it at 30. I don't see an empathetic man here. I see a man that is trying to build a new audience. I don't see a man that actually can remove all the other things and focus on the important thing. I don't know how that's a wrong thing for you to just say, what you're saying about his kids is wrong.
Something that's difficult and standing by your principles. That's the whole point.
Because you could criticize the man. You could criticize the show. Hila is on the show. You could criticize her as well. But the minute you start bringing in the family, the minute you start bringing in the kids, that's when shit goes fucking haywire. That's when you need to be a man and say, this is wrong. Even to people that I genuinely hate, if they had their kids getting CPS called on them, if their kids were being threatened to be taken away, and I knew the truth that all of that was false, everything that they're saying to justify the CPS stuff, even if I hated that person, I would still say that's fucking wrong. I would say these people are saying wrong fucking things about this person. Because that is the right thing to do.
That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are? I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3.
You do realize that Love and the rest of them are probably following Frogan to A-log them, and when they say crazy shit about Ethan, or when they say crazy shit in general, just because they're following them to A-log the tweets. What? I'm sorry. What the fuck is this retarded argument that's happening right now?
Podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia.
Yeah, Morg Pie's a retarded.
Ian, Daily Dose of Internet is anti-Ethan? Jesus, this is fucked up. Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's...
What the fuck is this stupid argument? Yeah, people follow Frogan because they like hate watching her tweets. Like, a lot of those people you just listed are people that have significant beef with Frogan. Okay.
It's fucked up. We're going to want to avoid these creators at the top of the list, but...
Oh, my favorite! Noah Sampson. Oh, God. Noah, my favorite. He's my favorite bread tuber. Other than Xanderhall. Xanderhall has a special place in my heart. But Noah, Christ almighty. Noah is the worst. Noah is the fucking worst. Outside of dumb bitch number 1 and fat lard number 2.
But one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that
Hassan has done that.
Would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You got to be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate...
You also are the lowest of the low to associate with Hassan? Like, you have to be retarded to associate with Hassan. Then on top of that, these people that are bringing Hassan onto these podcasts aren't actually pressuring him. They're just doing it for easy content, which fine, whatever, get your bag. But I do not respect people that don't press Hassan when you have an opportunity to press him.
With Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and IDubbbz feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day.
What do you mean? Sean the Black is a huge fucking proponent of these two people. Hassan, huge proponent of these two people. You two are friends with this person. Like...
You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan, but Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan.
Popular men. Oh my God. Is he about to do a misogyny conversation? Are we really about to do this? These really powerful, famous men. Are we really about to make this into like a misogyny thing right now?
It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's gonna keep that to—
They don't fuck with his ideology. Theo Vaughn fucking does the same kind of jokes. This guy does the same kind of jokes. What the fuck?
Himself, because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible.
It was a horrible show with Bill Burr. I can't admit that.
Horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and he mocks your content nuke.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have.
Yeah, Stavros is a fucking loser. I'm gonna be honest. Ethan should shit on him. He should.
Leftist politics and stuff like that, and I actually feel betrayed. Yeah, and so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men who
stop saying that.
Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although he's sniffing around.
This guy Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. Well, this guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody.
Ian, are you gonna bring up the fact of the individual that you just showed on screen that Matt Lieb is associating with? You gonna bring that up? You gonna bring that up, Ian?
That wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic. And he interviewed basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now.
Really? So we're just gonna completely blow past the bad and banana stuff too, huh?
Which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak.
Hold on, excuse me.
In the first place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way.
This video was complete and utter shit that this woman made. I don't even remember her fucking name. This video was dog shit. It was the most unorganized, ill-researched video on H3 I have ever seen based on speculation of everybody on the show. That was a shit video. So what if he responds to a shit video?
To attack, he thinks that they're weak.
Yeah, that is Nick's wife.
And he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him.
Well, hold on. Noah did say some crazy shit. Do I agree that the lawsuit's necessary? No. But I'm gonna be honest. If Noah is proven in court to have maliciously, purposely, and in all retrospects created a video that is genuinely a malicious piece and a defamatory piece, oh well.
To know that we're not going to be bullied, you're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a video and you've got an audio.
Wait, he said we are?
Going to be bullied, you're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
We're going to call you out. We're going to call... Wow, so he's really just taking a side here.
So here's the button. You've got a video and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
What the fuck is this?
Yes.
There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
But shit, how pathetic are you? Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer now. Yes.
please, I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew, please, guys, please.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it was that, big a deal. Of all the things that it always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with cutie syndrome.
Okay. Are we gonna call this a controversy? Are we still calling it a controversy? Are we are we still calling it a controversy? Yeah, why blur her too? Like why did you blur out Cutie's face? Like the fuck is going on here? Oh my god, what the fuck? Wouldn't it be more impactful if you didn't blur her face and show Ethan like laughing at her crying mess? Why would you do this? Why would you even do this? She posted it publicly, like on stream. It was all over Twitter. What Ethan did like the worst thing on planet Earth? No. Sorry, no. She was crying about AI fucking shit, dude. She was crying about something AI made about her in regard to the fucking Atriox stuff, which is creepy. I will admit that. But crying on live stream about it like you were molested is fucking insanity.
Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Ela were like, we would kill button that right now if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses
It's a running joke? What?
the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if this was the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong,
Is he making jokes? What?
he's hitting the button.
But okay.
What?
Button for that? What on this?
It's literally a bit. It's a bit because Ethan says crazy shit sometimes, and the bit is like people were mad that Ethan just made fun of Cutie, so they got a button to be like, "Lol, isn't that funny?" Ethan almost said something stupid. Or like, "Oh, I wanted to cut that." Go, I panicked.
Frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead...
You motherfucker! You can't ever say that someone's podcast is an emotional dumping ground when you and your wife talk about your therapy sessions on camera. You can't do that. You motherfucker. You can't do that. You Ian, you can't do that. You motherfucker. You. Oh, if any of you have watched Ian's podcast, go watch a few episodes of that and then come back to me and tell me if Ian is not using that as a dumping ground for his emotional trauma shit. And Anissa, you come back to me and you fucking tell me dead in my goddamn eyes that Ian is allowed to say what he just said here.
Say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time to excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
What? Everyone calls shit like goblin mode. It's a fucking like Zoomer meme. Like, yeah, you went goblin mode, dude. Like, what? Does he not understand memes? Did he just like completely lose touch with the idea of like a fucking phrase, like a meme phrase?
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself goblin mode.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you did.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
Well, you got goblin mode today. You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused it.
I'm trying, bro.
And I don't think there's no...
Look how many times you paused it, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, Hassan, there's this thing called, reacting to the content, talking about the content, extrapolating deeper within the content. Nobody just wants to watch you sit there and just consume the entire video and say, damn, that's crazy. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, I know a lot of your fucking retarded fans do, but like normal people that fall within the guidelines of at least minor fair use, add a little bit more to things.
room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy.
Hassan said it there. Isn't that Hassan minimizing Ethan's behavior? That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
By going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying.
Do you not hear all of them like laughing with him on that? Like,
not, you know, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior. That's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew.
You haven't done anything to change your behavior. You did not learn empathy at 30. This is total horseshit.
I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be.
Oh! Let's play tip for tat on who had the worst working environment. You want to play that game? You want to play that game, Ian? Because I know a working environment that is 50,000 times worse than what goes on in Ethan's little camp over there. There's this little show called Lol Cow Live. You don't even know what a bad working condition is, dude. You don't know shit.
For a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. Like, to be around Ethan, period, it would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way...
Just don't. Listen, your critique of her is correct. It's just, you know, people are sensitive about women being called that word. And so...
Like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Go ahead.
No,
and I'm not yelling at you. I'm just... Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a...
Korean.
Okay.
Dan, come on. You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POC. God.
You know, Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it. It was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
Use, they get access to cover most of it.
Doing it.
What are you doing?
It's so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not...
Just like, this is what I'm talking about when it's always like...
We need to get...
This is evil. This is like mean and terrible. Bro, you don't even know. You don't even know, dude. Oh, God. AB got it easy, dude. If you know what I'm referencing, but like, fucking Christ. That's all he got yelled at? That's it? That's yelling. That's being mean? Oh. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Oof. This is all AB got for one little thing? Oh, man. You don't know what a fucking insane boss is like, dude.
For our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh, no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm not finishing Wednesday.
On Friday. Is it?
You guys, like...
All right, I'm taking my hand up. What? Okay, well,
all that.
Thanks, Button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
Bro, Bobby, shout out. That's crazy.
No, dude, that button fucked me, dude. Like, can you imagine that button fucking me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not.
Yeah, I don't think IDubbbz ever worked like a... IDubbbz must have worked. No, he works as a warehouse packer. He works with Amazon. I'm pretty sure he said it on his podcast. He's like, I'm going to get a job as an Amazon worker. Which, to be fair, they do make decent money, I guess. Not the warehouse people, but, like, I guess the truck drivers. I don't know how much these people make. Because I won't work a job like that. I respect it, but I've... But, like, Ian, that must have worked real jobs.
Tyrant of a boss?
For doing it.
What are you...
Tyrant of a boss. Oh, God.
So awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke, Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are, like, not true, and he's exactly...
Okay, so Dan is fighting back against those things. Aren't you happy that they have, like, some kind of, like, individual to fight back against Ethan?
Exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
out that
type
photo,
that.
so I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
What's okay to unbutton it?
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
Just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No, hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well,
you just asked how it changed
surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay, all right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena.
Huh? He doesn't give it back to them at all? Like, he's not empathetic to them at all when they're being, like, harassed and doxxed and all this shit? He doesn't give any empathy to that at all? He doesn't feel like he has to defend his employees and friends of years? Like, what? Are we really about to talk about AB and Lena? Are we about to fucking do the Uncle Tom talking point?
2 Lebanese employees, and you just
oh god
continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nice.
What do you mean that they don't exist? AB has talked about it. AB has pushed against some things that they've done and said. AB can be an individual and not agree with what his boss is saying. And still work for the man.
A lot nicer for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah and...
Okay, so wait a minute. So because they have 2 Lebanese employees, they need to shut the fuck up about the conflict in general. They don't have to do that. They don't. Because if it was the other way around, and if Lena and AB were running the show, and they were doing this kind of shit and making Ethan and Hila uncomfortable, like you think that they're doing with Lena and AB, I'm pretty sure Hassan's audience would defend AB and Lena and say, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Interesting.
And Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about Bad Empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like, I'm looking at like 20 Goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
What makes demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George, like the Eye of Sauron. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing.
Is Ethan not the underdog with multiple communities swarming around him trying to call CPS on his family and saying he's a genocide supporter? Is he not the underdog this time? Am I crazy here? Is he not the underdog? Is he not? Can he not be considered that in this moment?
And I cannot wait for you guys to read it.
Like, don't get me wrong, him doing this fucking, like, I'm gonna sue everybody is fucking gay as shit. I agree with that, but like...
Fun fact, Anisu is only 8% Lebanese and Keemstar is 9% African, so Keemstar is more black than Anisu is brown.
Yeah. RedTube are not the underdogs in this conflict, bro. They're so cry-bully. Yeah, I agree. No, because he has money. All these people have money.
At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter.
Okay, hold on. So some of the people on Reddit, on Twitter, have taken credit for the harassment campaigns against Ethan and the CPS stuff and the doxing of their employees at the Teddy Fresh warehouse. So I kind of agree with those to be fucking raked over the coals in court. Do I believe the Noah Samson thing's kind of gay? Yeah. Bad Empanada, platforming and spearheading the CPS stuff. I have no problem with him suing Bad Empanada for that. Like, some of these legal threats, which are ridiculous, right? I can agree that there is ridiculous shit. But there are certain things that I feel like Ethan is a little justified in. Like the people that are taking credit for trying to take his kids away. I feel like that is okay to go after people for, especially with a false tip to the government. I feel like that's okay. I really have no problem with that. There are certain things that I don't agree with Ethan flexing his Sue muscles for, but like,
You're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power. You have a ton of options. You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, no, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and be
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy.
Are we gonna cut out the part where he's like, Dan's not actually a pedophile?
Has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi.
So that's a joke. Another joke.
Fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make it like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
Okay, that's fucking crazy. Dan's a fucking creep. He's a fucking creep, but he ain't raping kids. I will admit that's pushing it.
So much less to go off of saying that.
Oh no,
like he just said it like deadpan.
Anybody has about
based on his looks. Just on his based on his
Well,
looks.
at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
Okay, that's crazy. But at least you backed it up with it's a joke.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Samson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're going to be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah...
Yeah, but problem is that Ethan said that death on both sides bad. So that somehow means that Ethan supports genocide. Muda also said the same thing. Love or hate Muda, that is his position. Noah accused them of genocide denial and genocide being pro-genocide when they aren't. Why are you downplaying that, Ian?
On his podcast is so fucking creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
Don't say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of. So I'm not.
Oh God, not this shit. The Noah Samson stuff.
Even say, but
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
You are not accusing him.
Okay, extract out of it. So the guy that is all for like women's rights, fucking feminism, treating women good, you know, respect women's boundaries, respect women, gets caught being a fuckboy and not putting on a condom and lying to a girl, saying I'm not sleeping with other people. That's just, we're just gonna kind of let that go. Like, yeah, sure, he's a fuckboy, he's a total dick for that. He's not a rapist that I could define. Like, he didn't do this as, like, a way to do that shit. But, like, this is fucked. This is fucked. This is fucked. Shud viewers, welcome. I am having a fucking aneurysm. This video is shit. This is my first time watching it. Welcome, Gawk Raiders. I would say Noah's just a hypocrite. I don't know why Ian's taking issue with this. Like, I can't handle this video. Like, the more I look, he doesn't bring up the Child Protective Service things once. He never does. He never does it. He never does.
Of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah Samson, as far as...
Which is fair. Noah Samson's a sleaze. Yeah, I don't see a problem with this.
I know he's not a rapist.
He's not a rapist. Aladar. By the way, Aladar, shout out to your fucking, your thread, bro, about the Icarus bath stuff. Aladar, this is my first time watching it, okay? I didn't watch anyone else cover it. Didn't watch Nick cover it or anybody. So I'm fresh to this.
Fuck you to Noah Samson. who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about
I don't know why there's a problem there.
the left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggesting...
Yeah, Noah spreads AIDS. Noah is an AIDS spreader. Joke before Ian clips that out and says it says that I'm slandering him.
To talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to.
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar.
But hold on, why does Ethan... Okay. Why does Ethan have to talk to Sam Cedar? Just because he is an approved Jew? In your camp? Is that why? Oy vey! You gotta talk to the approved Jew. You can't sit here and be like, oh, Meshuggah, you have to speak to Sam Cedar. He's an approved Jew. Like, you can't do that. The beef is with you. The issue is with you, Hassan. You don't need to speak to Sam Cedar.
Very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that
I love approved Jew Sam Cedar. He's a very nice Jew. He's a very nice Jew. You know, he doesn't ask for more money. He comes over to his grandma's house and he's just like, Mama, where's the juice?
I only listen to other Jewish people. You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't.
Jewness is irrelevant to Ethan, but that's literally the argument. Hassan's like, go talk to Sam. Since he's a Jew, you'll probably hear him out. It's like, the issue's with you, Hassan.
Doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. Doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish. I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think that is the...
In what position are you to even say that?
It's not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology, is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to...
Yes, that is a point of being lefty or whatever, or like having some sort of left-leaning idea. Like, I recognize those things. But at the same time, I can also recognize how absolutely fucking ridiculous Hassan, his community, and the people and the rhetoric that comes out of these people's mouths are. I can recognize that because I have a free-thinking brain that isn't... I have to be on this side. Like...
to have this conversation, not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion...
Wait, okay, but the problem is that from the river to the sea, a curse upon the Jews is a bad thing. That's that's Ethan's argument. Of course, Jewish people, hearing the words, a curse upon the Jews, are not going to be cool with the phrase, a curse upon the Jews.
You might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands.
Same gender? Why the fuck are you bringing up gender? He's done this multiple times now. It's like, well, Ethan respects these male creators, these male comedians. Now it's like, well, he's a part of your gender. Oh my God. Ian is, wow. Ian really was like ideologically raped.
This concept very well.
Yeah, he literally can't help himself. I've heard him say man like more times than I thought. He has brought up the fact that Ethan should talk to men because he insinuating he's just a misogynist. And like, with that assumption, he's running with the idea. It's like, oh, well, you know, you could talk to a man. You know, you might be a misogynist, Ethan. You might be a misogynist.
Well, he listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such...
Okay, honest to Christ, we should start calling women bitches more. I'm going to be honest. Just like how you should call men like pieces of shit or whatever, like dicks. We should call women bitches more. We should. Women that deserve the title bitch deserve the title bitch. Okay? That is a real fucking thing that we need to be fucking doing. Women call other women bitches. This isn't like calling a woman a all right? It's not that. Even then, some women deserve to be called like, I don't get this. I don't get this argument. It's stupid of Ethan to even say, well, you can't call women bitches. It's fucking stupid.
Such a nasty fucking bitch, can't
I don't know if you can call her a bitch, though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking... You're right, I call her see you next Tuesday.
Listen,
I'm curious what do Lena and Sam think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be in consensus that it's in poor form. I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm going to have to
This is when Ethan was at his fucking soyest.
pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone...
Wait, hold on.
Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into
Fair.
Hassan,
Okay.
learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to...
Interviewing. You're going to interview people that were totally cool with platforming a terrorist and, like, cheering on Hassan? Okay.
figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat.
Hassan also obfuscates every single fucking time that somebody presents him with something that is against his current narrative. Thank you, Doug, for the 30 months.
Supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats.
Which is this is a retarded point. I'm going to be honest. I really don't feel sympathetic for Hassan and Ethan, like Ethan platforming Hassan. I said it in the beginning when I was like covering Ethan's like fucking soy era, right? I was like, I don't feel bad about him dealing with the Hassan audience at that point. Because they're just gonna be fucking annoying. And I hated Ethan's audience, and I still hate them today. But like, he should have known. I will agree with that. He should have known like what kind of retard he was bringing in. He was warned on multiple occasions.
Not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started.
But to be honest, did anyone, even the people warning Ethan, did anyone think that it would lead to Child Protective Services being called on his home to take his kids away? I don't think anyone who warned Ethan even thought that was going to happen.
And this is the final form.
This is like a crazy... Bro, I don't even... Like... I don't think it would ever... I never thought it would reach that point. I thought it would be like, oh, his audience will eat him alive, and they'll just shit on him and make him soy, and then he's going to break away, and he's going to become red-pilled again. But nope. Now it's escalated to CPS being called over a disagreement involving a conflict none of these people are actually invested in.
Down some alarms in my head. I was already getting...
Yeah, no, it does not warrant a content cop. This is the thing, Alunar, and I'm recognizing this through this, because, again, fresh. Haven't watched anybody else. On my first watch through of this is a Noah Sampson video dressed in skinwalking as a content cop, just with the title and the skit in the beginning. Everything else is a BreadTube video. Everything else is like every Noah Sampson video. Everything else is like every fucking Ethan is online video. This video is these guys. It is literally, I feel like I'm watching Ethan is fucking online right now.
Uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made how many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the...
Fair. I can agree with this.
Biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he...
Mega leftist? I would say pro-terrorist. Okay, let's stop like doing the whole mega leftist things. He's not just a leftist. He is pro-terrorism, all right? He's a communist. When did we start accepting communism in this fucking country of ours? Get the fuck out of here.
He's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours?
I can agree with this part.
Talking to this guy, you didn't have a problem with any of it until, Ethan talks about being aware of Hassan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to...
I'm done. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. Stop it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Fuck. I can't. No. Are you fucking kidding me, right? He's passionate about American terrorism. So it's okay for him to say America deserved 9/11 and Dan Crenshaw should be eye-fucked by a brave Mujahideen soldier. That means he has an issue with American imperialism. I'm tapping out. Fuck this video. I'm tapping out. This is fucking bullshit. I'm tapping out. Like, there's no... Oh, I'm getting fucking annoyed now. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Okay. Okay, I promise. Okay, I'll finish it. Yes, this is... Alodar, thank God. This is worse than H-Bomber guy shit now.
Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are, but you wouldn't even...
Which is to bring a bunch of fucking people that hate America to America.
Need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it. But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult.
Okay, but because he did that and platformed Hassan, again, I'm going to repeat myself for the 100th time in a row. Does that justify where it came to? Where his kids were being threatened to be taken away from him? Does him doing a show with Hassan and having a falling out over a conflict nobody gives an actual fuck about in regard to these people that are masquerading that they care justify that? No, it doesn't. Any normal person looking at this can see that.
Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews. They cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my God.
Israel, this is a lie that I see Hassan and people pender. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like, I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel is just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, like he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together. So when they're being...
But people are doing that. Hold on. Wait a fucking minute here. So when there is a Jew that says we need to have like a two-state solution, yada, 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 much like Ethan, and he gets called a Zionist for it, and there are Jews that want a two-state solution and understand that there needs to be like actual bringing together of people, those people get called Zionists. Then random Jews are called Zionists by the terrorists, where their slogan is death to all Zionists and Jews. Death to all Zionists, which is death to Jews. How is Ethan making that connection when the terrorists that are murdering people are saying that? How is that like a crazy connection that Ethan's coming to when it is literally being said by these people?
Criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi.
Oh no. Oh God. Is Ian about to defend the fucking racial tier list? Here we go.
Tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun.
Lighthearted and fun. Okay. Not the tier list. Nah, he's not about to defend the goddamn tier list. There's no fucking way.
And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Tier list, and we're gonna...
Didn't they put like all the Jews on the Sabra, and then they had a tier called Arab, and Sabra is really loved by like the Israelis, and it's a Jewish delicacy. If you have Arab up top and then all the Jews at the bottom, called Love Sabra because they can't just say Jew on it or Zionist on it. Yeah, it's pretty fucking anti-Semitic. Okay.
Need your help to discuss it.
I can't wait to see how Ian fights this.
Figure out who can say Habibi and who can't. And also, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like white guys like, can I say it? Is it slurs? And then Love Sabra.
I love this fucking clip. All the worst people on Twitch. Sabra also means Jew born in Israel. Classic. I love this whole image here. Hassan Dick Rider number 1. Hassan 1. Hassan number 2. Fat. Gay. Like, look at this list. Look at this list next to this fucking racial tier list. Here's an example, right? If I made a tier list and it said white coded, what's the other one? Thinks it's a slur, or thinks cracker's a slur, like the N-word's a slur, and then goes dark skinned, or likes fried chicken. That'd be a very racist tier list, though. Yeah, we put it at 13% at the bottom. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, loves basketball. Like, that's fucking racist. No? Am I crazy? If I did that on Twitch, being the white man that I am, I don't think Twitch would really like that. Commits crime tier. Yeah, you put Waffle House at the bottom.
Which is, they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like, that is a word that's used. Habibi, it means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it. And
yeah. What about Denims calling Ethan a Zionist? Like, come on.
Happy about it, because it's not like they have massive.
Are you gonna bring up what Sabra means, Ian? Are you gonna bring that up at all?
Representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on
having representation on the platform. You've got to be fucking kidding.
Race. And nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing. But
okay. Where are you gonna go, Ian?
Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker.
I mean,
okay, wait a minute. White slur tier list is different than a, hey, this guy's a Jew. That's entirely different. Entirely different. One is ranking the slurs of people. One is categorizing people based on their skin color and marking them as that and putting them on the bottom of the list. Words are different than people, Ian. Words are very different than people. Words like cracker, snow bunny, all those things. Sure, it describes a group of people, but it's not independent people that you then call them the slur. Man.
You know what my take is.
We can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Paleface motherfucker.
Paleface. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they're white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their
Yeah. When Hassan is using the rhetoric cracker and yells at white creators that they are crackers or mayo monkeys and actually meaning it in a derogatory sense, that is not just comfortable with it, that is them using it as a slur. Hassan was banned on Twitch because he called people crackers. White people crackers. Like, he directly called people a cracker and got banned for using a slur. They're making a joke about it, sure, but Hassan used it in what you would be considered a racist way. Because if Hassan called a black guy the N-word, which obviously there are vastly different meanings to the words and history between the words, right? but it's still a slur. If we remove the history from it and go slur, slur, you're using the slur. Hassan was never banned for that. Okay, my bad. The mods. Excuse me. I forgot that story. I'm like fucking trying to keep up with all the retardation Ian's doing. So like, Ian, you said that slurs are bad. Yet you're doing okay with this. All right. Totally, bro.
Tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white than Hassan.
I think I'm more white than you.
So, yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker. But the Arabs can't have their tier list.
They shouldn't even done that tier list. Like, okay.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi. And then it's like Hassan, okay, actually he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like
we say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand.
Hold on, Ian. Did you not recognize that all the Jews that they had listed on it were boom at the bottom? Where they had to ask permission to say Habibi? Are you going to ignore that part, Ian?
And Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just going to eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra.
Yeah, but also Sabra is being used as a slur against Jewish people. So, like, Ian.
A lot of the times, it's all that's in the store.
There is so much context missing. Alan, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Let me finish, Leon. Let me finish.
And I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US. So what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is—
I'm not gonna be long. He's gonna call in and say, Ethan W, Hassan W. I'm calling it. You got a few minutes on the clock. I want to finish this goddamn video. What?
So that's what I'm not gonna do. Here's what I'm actually gonna do. Can
What?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Don't yell. You're very loud in my ears.
Thank you, Daddy.
Don't do that.
This is a grown man that got on the internet and was just hurling slurs at like gays, at my people. He even for some fucking reason walked up to a random white woman and was like, say, and it's like, that wasn't too long ago, as much as he would like to pretend it is. And years go by and he's sitting in a chair cucked out talking about how, oh, I hate how I've done this and I hate this and and we watched it. We watched this motherfucker go on a podcast where he's being suggested to pay reparations. This man is in his 30s. He was doing this shit in his 20s, and I don't give a fuck what mentally deranged retard is watching this stream right now. He was a grown adult.
Yep. Remember, he learned
Learning
empathy
at 30 years fucking old is absolutely insane. And for you fucking British cigarettes that are going to sit there and say 2016 was the Wild West of the internet, I hope you cut your wrist. This man then decides, hey, I'm going to shave my head to look like a fucking skinhead Nazi to be like, hey, Jewish boy, you upset my newfound friends. One of them denies rape. The other one denies rape. The other one doesn't give a fuck about veterans' mental health. And the other one is Sean the Black, who is the reason my people were slaves. All of these people, pull my tweet up.
Oh my God.
Please.
Fine. Send me the fucking tweet then.
Please.
Send it.
Because I need all of you who like consume this type of media to understand where I'm coming from. Like I need it. I need you all to understand that from me.
Send it.
Hold on. I have the please get my dick out of your mouth.
What
I'm
do you
sending it.
mean? You're the one that said pull it up.
Pull the tweet up on the
Say
screen.
please.
Daddy, will
Don't
you please?
don't ever refer to me as that ever again. Stop
Don't
that.
ask me to do something if you don't want
Stop it. Stop it. It's horrible. What a horrible thing to say. Okay, hold on.
Put it on the screen. Those dead Palestinian kids that each one of these fucks pretends to really give a damn about. I'm certain while they're burning from the fucking ashes of the nukes and bombs dropped on them, that boy, I certainly can't wait for my favorite YouTubers in America to come together and make memes about a Jewish dude.
Yeah, I know.
About hummus.
It's crazy, right?
That's so awesome and quirky and fucking cool. Amazing.
Can we just
did it, boys?
I have a question. Can we gay up Sean the Black? Can we just start fucking with him? Let's do it.
That's your problem.
No, let's do it together. I need you. I can't be the white guy doing it. He'll say I'm a slave master. Nah, he'll say I'm a slave master, bro. I need a black guy in my corner
to do anything. You already
I need
know
a black
how
man.
I feel. I said it. He's the reason MLK got assassinated. All of these people in the picture.
He's the reason Rosa Parks didn't take the car.
There are 400 people watching this live stream. I need all 400 of you to understand. By the way, I had 1,000 live viewers get lapped, my boy.
Cool. On what? Your main channel? Main channel?
I need you all.
Oh, with 200K, 300K subscribers, main channel. Wow, 1,000 viewers.
I need you all to understand. These people are the reason Kamala Harris didn't become the president.
True. They kept saying that she was like a what were the exact words that they used? I'm trying to remember that. They were like, Kamala Harris doesn't agree with the Palestinian stuff.
Trump is the president because of those fuck.
All the people that voted Jill Stein,
they're
bro.
proud of themselves. I hope they're proud.
Yeah, they are.
I hope they're proud. This is ridiculous.
You good? You got it off your chest?
One last thing.
White people.
Is it true that somewhere in this video he's crying?
Yes, it's right up here. Funny enough, it's not a therapist he's crying to. He's crying to a guy that reviews YouTube apology videos for a living.
I'm about to text this motherfucker and tell him I'm about to be late. Say that again?
He does an interview with a guy. You know the photo that's my thumbnail right now?
No.
He does an interview with a guy everyone thought was a therapist online. He isn't. He's a guy that reviews YouTuber apologies. He's not really a therapist. Apparently, from what I'm being told, he's not actually a therapist.
Allow me to see if
I'm
got
wrong.
this
I'm wrong.
straight. Allow me to understand this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of seeking therapy,
He'd
you go
go see
to
a
a
therapist.
guy. You go to a guy who reviews apologies and either says they are yay or nay. That is essentially me coming to you for advice, which
Yeah.
is a waste of my fucking time.
It isn't. You pretend it is.
IDubbbz is a fucking neo-Nazi, skin-walking rape apologist who enjoys the sensation of the Jews dying and the Palestinian kids being raped. And that is the antithesis of what that fucking group photo is. Rape apologists trying their fucking damnedest. So
Isn't it
I
crazy
hope-
he shaved his head to go make a video against a Jew?
I hope he enjoys his return to form. I can't wait to find out that his fucking life is still in shambles, and I hope the kids he wants to fucking raise money for just die in front of his fucking face.
I
Just like the ultimate fuck you Like, your money's not even worth it, even though apparently, and you'll tell me if this is true or not, the fucker couldn't even have all the funds for these kids. So congratulations. The kids are dead because of you.
True. True.
You failed cancer, kids.
You did.
Congratulations.
He did. I can't wait for the third round of failure of Creator Clash 3. I'm super excited for that now.
Oh, and I'll say this and then I'll leave. You're right, white people. And Hassan condoned the rape of rich kids. Why? Because they were rich. Fuck Hassan. Fuck Sean the Black. I don't respect women who speak about politics in any capacity.
True.
Especially if you have your cleavage out. Frogan's a man. And I'm a black guy who loves KFC.
He likes KFC? What a fucking L take. Popeyes is better. What is he talking about?
After he was able to get
Who was that guy?
these Arab creators banned off of Twitch
I don't even know who the fuck that was. It's just some dude. Some black guy I found on the street.
30 days, he goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody wants to prefer Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. You know, it's what's there.
Like weirdly fluffy.
It is fluffy.
KFC in Yemen?
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat
A
it.
KFC in Yemen?
It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. And imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Fuck, this is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli.
Yeah, but the thing is, the tier list had Arab at the top, Ian. They made it a race thing. You know, you can have a conversation about hummus being shit. You could do that. But you also don't have to add Arab at the top.
He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his
Everyone in this story does suck to some degree. I give Ethan leeway because CPS was called on him.
podcast because we all know
Not a lot of leeway, but like enough.
his intentions are anti-Semitic.
There's still rope around his neck to hang himself.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you.
Yeah, but the thing is that they are conflating that with Jew, and they are using Zionist as synonymous with Jew. So, Ian, you're kind of like ignoring that point.
There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella.
Why is he bringing this back up again? We already talked about the Cutie Cinderella thing.
And Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made
not really, if I'm being honest. To be honest, Ethan shouldn't have apologized for that.
an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of psychology.
Okay, so he is a professional psychologist, but he's also a dude that does YouTube apology. Wait a minute. So this guy apparently is a professional psychologist, but does YouTube apology reviews. How does that work? Sargon responded to Ian. You gotta be kidding.
Apology in Seattle.
If I do a movie tier list, the tiers are like white, Asian, Hispanic, Arab, black. I'm sure IDubbbz would avow that. He would.
And Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop.
Why the fuck is some asshole with a actual license, apparently, allegedly, rating apologies?
Talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score? A perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm the
Right,
best
10
at it.
out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint? Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10.
This one is actually best apology, so.
Ethan, Klein, you guys, oh my God.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went to
Wait a minute. So you went to the guy that graded his apology to try and decrease the apology rating. And ended up crying, talking to the guy. This is the weirdest shit ever.
visit psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying, and, you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless,
you know, him making jokes,
coward of a person, now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, IDubbbz, I hear you. here in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from.
Dr. Grade A is actually horseshit, though. It's not a therapist. He's an
And
administrator.
I-
Okay, everyone's telling different shit. He either reviews fucking apologies, and he's a well-renowned therapist, or he's like a shitty therapist that does YouTube on the side, or he's an administrator. I don't fucking know.
I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize.
Sorry for what?
And I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry. What? This dude went against you and said, hey, I think Ethan has a lot of room to grow and apologies and all this other shit, and he'll figure it out, and I will be there to grade it. And you go, this guy sucks. He didn't change it to what I wanted it to be. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. What is this video? Where have we... What is happening? Where are we? What Twilight world am I fucking living in right now?
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay.
Okay. You seem a little upset by that.
Okay, because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system, so I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on...
Oh, because the guy that did it initially didn't agree with you, so now you're going to give your own fucking rating? Why would you shame the guy? What was the point of shaming him then? You didn't even have to put it in. If he didn't agree with you, you didn't even have to put it in. Holy shit. All right, give me 5 seconds. Oh, fucking Christ almighty. Christ, I wish I could have cigarettes in here.
My own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No. He doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
He doesn't need a hug after his family was fucking invaded into his own home and the CPS were, like, interviewing his kids. He doesn't need a hug. He needs to get his ass kicked. I hope Ethan gets help, though. Remember, in the beginning of this, it's like, man, I really hope Ethan gets help, but Ethan actually deserves to get his ass kicked. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that...
You weren't fair this entire video. You didn't bring up anything involving the bad up and honor or the CPS stuff whatsoever. Where's the... Fair? What? The guy that you interviewed to change his apology rating said, I'm not going to change it. And you went, this guy stinks. Yeah, you're really fair, dude. You're really fair, dude. You're so...
That was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me.
You were fair to most of these people, man. Like, you were shitting on the people for the content in of itself. Jinx was a shitty reaction streamer. The Fine Brothers tried to trademark the word react. Like, Tana was a douchebag back in the day. Bro.
With so much regret, Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very...
all of the criticism he's getting. What about what that criticism has led to? Where, again, government agencies have invaded his home.
Valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human, because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like...
Why did you, like, smile at that end? Like you didn't believe that.
Defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings.
Yeah, Ian's really going to be fair with content cops moving forward. Yeah, he's going to be super fair. That's the face of a man that doesn't believe what the fuck just came out of his mouth. That is a man that doesn't believe a goddamn thing that has come out of his fucking mouth. What happened to the empathy?
In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet.
No, you don't, you dumb fucking bitch. Oh my god, no, you don't!
I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Bitch. Your whole chat was full of people saying call CPS on him, and you watched the Bad Empanada video spreading that bullshit around. You don't believe what the fuck you just said. That is total horseshit!
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's
like Leon said, you're the reason that black people are still slaves.
not easy.
Ethan,
I'm stealing Leon, okay? That was a black man that said that, not me, Sean.
I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just have
you platform Bad Empanada, by the way, the guy that's doxing, swatting, harassing people, and calling CPS on people.
fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't.
You're fat. Nothing you say in this little piggy face is going to make me believe anything that comes out of your mouth. Okay? Not a goddamn thing. I have zero sympathy to Frogan. And I'm going to show you why after this.
I want to sound robotic. H3 used to be.
Oh, okay. Well. Where is it? Where is my favorite clip of all time by Frogan? Where is it? Where did I save it? Where did it go? Where did it go? I have so many things I still have yet to show you. Yeah, of course we got the Bo Blacks tweet in there. Oh, this is why I don't believe Frogan.
And to be quite honest, it's very hard to look at, karma will make its way.
Your entire life is a cruel fucking joke that is played on humanity.
To me, it's very hard to look at it that way. I wish I had that point of view. You know what I mean?
So remember, this little video thing that she's doing here, this was after that video dropped.
It's like, you see the shittiest fucking people at the top. I don't know if I believe in karma. You know what I mean? And I'm like, if I had to lose my career over this bullshit.
What career?
I can say I was.
What career, you fat fucking cow? What career? Holy shit. Do I have a career because I average like 200 to 150 people? Shud raids me once in a while and I hit 400? I have a career, apparently. Guys, people that average 150 to 2 to 3, 400 people have a legitimate career in content creation. What career?
Consistent in my views.
Consistent in your views of what, though, is the question. Oh, wait, I remember. Veterans deserve PTSD. This is what your career is, and I said it on Twitter, so I'm just gonna repeat it here. Your career is being known as a living Jabba the Hutt. Your career is known as the girl that shit-talked veterans and said they deserve to get PTSD. Your career encapsulates the reason why Twitch needs to stop paying assholes like you that do political-style pro-terrorism content. People like you and your career are the reason why America in of itself is a shithole. So that is your career, Frogan. Can we all give golf claps to Frogan in her amazing career? Rising star chat. Twice in a row with 200 viewers begging for $3,000 and streaming 8 hours a day. Oh. Golf claps, chat. Just very nice golf claps for her dead career.
And I have been consistently against genocide, and it consistently uplifted the Palestinian people.
Uplifted the Palestinian people. No, you've made a mockery of them. You have donated money. Amazing. Wow. Are you going to go to Gaza? Are you going to go to the West Bank and help the people that are in these war-torn areas and actually put effort into helping these people? Or are you going to sit on your fat ass, eat a fucking cake, and then go, guys, you're not doing enough to help the Palestinian people. Let's raise money. Let me just sit here and raise a couple $1,000. Like, that's what you do. You don't do shit. You raise money. Great. Go over there and do something about it if you really care.
Others can't say that, but I can.
Oh, I could say I sit by my morals pretty consistently on this. People that engage in the kind of content that you do in the community that you've cultivated with Hassan, that go IRL to try and steal people's kids from them and put them in government facilities, need to never be forgiven for that. And you should be dragged for that for the rest of your life. You should never be left alone for doing that. You should be reminded of that every single fucking day of your pathetic fucking fat existence. I didn't know pigs could cry.
Same for Frogan.
And I feel like such a bitch for crying, but it's just like...
You are.
Like, you say and reflect, it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
You people started this shit! You can't cry bully your way out of this. You're the ones that started this shit. What is this?
U.S. military?
Okay, dude. Okay, Nikkei. Okay, what the fuck? Why did I click on that?
Sports are good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stung.
Okay. I now have something to actually hate Ethan about, significantly so. And I will never forgive Ethan Klein for this till the day I fucking die, is that he inspired Frogan to make content. If that is true, which I don't believe, Ethan Klein, I will never let you live this down. I will forever make this your fucking problem now. It's a blatant lie. I know. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. It's literally damage control. It's a lie. It's a lie.
I hope you really
I'm just joking.
hear this, and I wish
But if true, I will never forgive Ethan.
you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut.
Oh no. No. Anything but Noah. Anything but Noah.
Pretty good, and I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought,
oh wow, that's definitely not a jab at his current lawsuit that's ongoing right now. Totally sympathetic, totally real.
That was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
I also see the dynamic.
Yeah, the problem is that like free speech has like mild consequences when you say that people are genocide apologists or genocide deniers when they didn't do those things. So
Ethan and Neil, I'm like, fuck, like it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you
okay, here's the difference between you guys and the H3 crew at this point. At this point, Anissa has picked fights with every fucking creator and every single viewer for years. She picks the fights every single fucking time. Hila, sure, has fought people before, but didn't go out of their way to constantly pick fights with every single fucking person that ever existed for their entire internet career.
Bro, these people will just keep dogging on Ethan. If Ethan off himself, they will use him death as a weapon.
Yep.
These guys are monsters, my god.
come to their defense, that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up, a feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them. And
yeah, I was about to say, Hassan
be too petty to
Yeah.
say nice things about H3.
Hassan's
Rolling on
not-
the floor laughing emoji.
Hassan's not in this at all, huh? Hassan couldn't take the high road on that one? Crazy. And they're calling Ethan petty? Even if I believed all that stupid bullshit that all of them are saying, which is totally fucking fake. Hassan couldn't even make an appearance? Huh. Doesn't Hassan want this to end and worry about Ethan
Healthy way.
That's crazy. This is the worst fucking video I've ever seen in my entire life. This is the worst. This is the most fucking retarded video I've ever witnessed in human history. I literally can't deal with this. This is how he found out about it, by the way.
Well, what happened? There's more bad news?
I do have some more bad news for you. Got some breaking news. Your old friend IDubbbz just released a video.
Yeah.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. That is the... No, it can't be.
Well.
It actually can't be. Holy fuck, dude.
It sure is.
Oh my god.
He looks genuinely upset by this. Not because he's concerned about the contents of the video in of itself, but that somebody he considered a friend did this.
Holy fuck.
And from a quick scrub through it, I think, well, it's going to be a little spicy.
Let's watch it. I mean, so like the thing is like, this guy went from saying he didn't want to get involved to supporting people calling CPS, like associating with people calling CPS in my family.
Ethan dodging of Ethan is just criticizing and shitting on him. He never goes to life ruination. Fair. DMs. What do you want, Pooh? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? That dislike extension is not accurate. Okay. We need to like clarify this. I'm seeing like Yeet tweet this shit out. The dislike extension is not accurate. It is funny to look at, but it is not accurate. So according to Gilded Pooh's Discord Twitter extension, YouTube extension, showing almost half dislikes, which those aren't super accurate. So I'm not going to put any sort of like major fucking like credibility behind that.
An atmosphere where someone like Bad
But I can see it having a lot.
Panada is being platformed by people like Matt Lieb and Denims, who are friends with.
Looks like they're both in the video. Check the description.
Oh my god! Like what? Why? What did I do to like fucking?
Look at that. Hassan, Denims, Sean the Black, Frogan, fucking Kirk, Noah, Matt Lieb, all of these people did this. And these are all the people that have been like gaslighting Ethan for fucking months, almost a year now. And it's treated Ethan like shit. Their communities sent a government agency to their home. Of course Ethan's going to be shocked by this.
Like, what kind of fucking, like, bro, what kind of cowardly bullshit is this? Like, we have one disagreement where I get upset because you guys aren't defending me publicly after everything I've done to support you guys, and, like, you bring on people who are fucking Denims and Frogan, who did a fucking anti-Semitic tier list, and you're platforming them and co-signing them. And by the way, to even make it even more crazy, Lena's fighting in your fight, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I actually can't believe that he did this. It's
no, if Noah takes full credit in helping in this video, this is crazy.
It's actually fucking unreal. Pretty wild. And it's just so pathetic, too. Like, talk about a bandwagon. Like, bro, this is the edgy, cool content you're trying to make a play to, like, fucking warm up to.
True. He's just doing it to do that. Oh, wait. I want to show you this. I want to show you this first. Okay, so we got Boblax's take on the fucking content. Ian backstabbing Ethan is probably the worst thing he's done online. Ethan, Hila, and the H3 crew were some of the only people who actively had his back against the hate he and Anissa were getting online for years. This is so psycho and creepy from Ian, in my opinion. What the fuck happened? Crazy that Boblax actually had a semi-okay take. I wouldn't say it's amazing. But, let's see how the H3 crew handles Boblax.
In chat.
Oh.
He said ACAB.
Just wait.
He said ACCAB. All content cops are bastards.
I think ACAB works.
Right.
I like the ACAB.
I see that Bobby has actually become a member. Welcome, Bobby.
Bobby, there's a huge demand for you to join LOLCOW, and I'm curious, what are your thoughts?
Yikes. Yikes. All right. We got some posts by Ethan. Denims pushed the false CP claims to on platform someone who wants to murder Hila, Noah Sampson, call for violence against Ethan, and Ian thinks it's funny with friends like these. Ethan, the fact that Ethan is immediately reacting to IDubbbz video just shows he has nothing to hide, which, to be fair, Hassan never really reacted to the content nuke immediately, like Ethan had the balls to react to the content cop made on him. So, you know, at least Ethan's got a W in that court. Someone should ask why he silenced his Lebanese employee for dissent, where he went since. He no longer seems to be there given the Ethan feedback. AB is nothing but respectful and professional to everyone this whole time. The continued target of AB and Lena means to get at me is so low and so cruel. I wish people would leave them alone, just like the people that keep calling AB and Uncle Tom. Hassan essentially just said, yeah, AB is essentially an Uncle Tom in that moment. Hutch. Still so weird that the anti-H3 wave kicked off in earnest after Ethan affirmed over and over that Netanyahu was committing war crimes, but stopped short of saying Israel should be dissolved itself in response to October 7th. He didn't endorse one state solution. That was it. Thank you, Hutch. Thank you for recognizing the normal person talking point. He saw a bunch of lefty creators full-on co-signing what Hamas did on October 7th. It was basically like, oh, this is really fucked up. They started calling Ethan himself a genocidal baby killer short after he did that. It's all unbelievably deranged. He took issue with the fact Hassan was glazing second thought, who said on his pod that every single Israeli living in the region was a legitimate target and could not get Hassan to acknowledge how fucked up that was. Completely legitimate grievance. True. I even forgot about the podcast shit. Forgot about that. All right, we already went over the Alinar thing. Oh, here we go. Hassan compares himself to Ethan and bizarrely claims that he was calm, cool, and collected when he lost ad revenue for all political streams on Twitch. Hassan, I can't believe I'm going to repeat myself again. You know, losing ads on Twitch is not the same as having government employees search your home and interview your children for possibly taking them away because of a bullshit story that was put online by a deranged Argentinian schizophrenic. Those two things ain't the same.
Bloomberg article written by a fantastic reporter, basically...
Yeah, the one that's glazing the fuck out of you and your community. Yeah, I know that article.
Revealed all of this. This targeted Gamergate-style brigading. This relatively...
Gamergate. Oh, my fucking God. Stop with the Gamergate, William. I don't think I'm going to be taking calls. But, like, dude, stop with the Gamergate. That's all they can do. That's all they can invoke is fucking Gamergate.
Sophisticated brigading campaign. And then they had to delete all this shit. And there wasn't a moment where I was like, I'm being gang stalked. You know what I mean? I didn't...
Yes, you did! Yes, you did! Multiple times! You said these people are falsely coming after me. They're silencing Palestinian voices. You said you were being gang stalked multiple fucking times. Why are you lying?
Fucking run around and lose my goddamn mind. I just kept my head down and just kept doing what I do. Which is ironic because that's what I wanted Ethan to do from the beginning. Just stick to the fucking goofs and gaffs, man. You're hurting yourself.
Yeah, hurting himself. Again, so does that justify people sending government agencies to his home? Oh, I forgot the list of Denims things. This is the one I wanted to show before when Denims was brought up as a good person. Offered an audience, 30,000 to fans to kill a person she didn't like, which was, I believe, Grums. Defends a child predator named Keffels. They did do that. Says America and the innocent civilians deserve 9/11. Did say that too. Says it was okay for people to call CPS and political opponents to try and alienate them from their kids. Don't worry, the kids won't remember it. IDubbbz calling Denims a good person is wild. Kind of true from Think You Don't Sleep. We already read that. Let's see how Hassan handled the AB moment. I never targeted AB. Your community did. Your little fucking orbiters did. You brought up AB in that moment. But okay. I never said anything mean about AB. I was simply asking, why did AB leave after he slightly pushed back and you hit the no self-control button? The crew always carried the podcast. You should let them be honest with you instead of replacing them. I think Ethan forgot what we did a podcast together. I like the crew a lot. Oh my God. Fuck you, dude. I know them. Those who have left and those who remain. They are what has always made the podcast great. I'm going to be real. No, they weren't. Yeah, that's total backtrack. Frogan crying. Already saw that. Not pulling that shit up again. Here we go. This is the cope. This is the cope from the IDubbbz audience. This is the code. Here we go. I love IDubbbz, and I'm proud of how far he has come. I cannot believe that this is a Reddit post. Redditors are people that need to be thrown in camps. I just wanted to say that I watched the new Content Cop. I was an H3 fan too, but I can't stand them lately. I thought it was such a mature, thought-out response to compare to, at best, immature nonsense that H3 has been saying lately. Immature? Talking about Hassan platforming terrorists, doxers, swatters, fucking crazy people that will downplay when kids are being interviewed to get taken away. Like, really? That's Ian being immature. All right. That's tangible. Main thing is I felt really happy watching the video today is that partially coming from a parasocial bond formed 10 years ago. Yes, I still feel happy seeing character growth. What character growth? If you watch that video, there is no character growth. Ian hasn't changed. He just doesn't say slurs now. He's still the same. The research is shit. But he's still the same. To be honest, you can argue that he got worse because now he's like in a fucking cult leftist shit. But like, he just doesn't say slurs anymore. You know, remember when everyone was screaming from the rooftops that everyone has an issue with Ian now because he doesn't say edgy jokes anymore? And everyone kept saying, no, that's not it. Ian's just doing this to placate to a retarded fucking audience. Of people because he is desperate for relevance or he's just scared of like all this gay shit, right? We were right. We were right the whole time. People who had real criticisms for Ian flogging himself for no reason. This is what it came to. Is that he will do these things, snake everything that he ever did, built, friends, everything. And placate himself to a new audience of people that are probably worse than the one he had previous. That's crazy to say, but it's the truth. Sam Hyde won. Sam Hyde won. I want to read this tweet because this seems to be the overall consensus that I can see when it comes to the Hassan viewers, okay? If I was Ethan, this would be my moment of clarity. XQC, Keemstar, Destiny, and Nazis. Yeah, Destiny. Fucking revenge pornography freak. Not even gonna touch that one with a 50-foot pole. My argument, and here's how I flip it on its head, is Keemstar hates Ethan. Like, brutally so. They hate each other. Okay? They've hated each other for a decade now. When Keem is defending Ethan, that should show you that there is more of a problem overall with the content in of itself and the people surrounding that said content. When an op thinks a video is bad of that person that the video is on, that's a problem. Those people organized to defend my those are people organized to defend my honor. Organized? Who the fuck organized this? Who organized the defense of Ethan Klein? You do realize that all of the people that criticized the fuck out of Ethan for years, if we're coming out and saying, hey, this video is really bad, and you're missing this, or this was ignored, or how you're portraying it is wrong this way, there should be a problem when the ops are not on your side. That's a problem. Is when the ops of the subject of the video aren't on your side, that is a problem. Or at least can't find some middle ground. That's a problem. You either stop pretending to be a good person or go full mask off, or you reevaluate decisions that led you to this moment. Yeah, how about Frogan reevaluate losing some fucking weight in their life, the fat fuck. Shit. I was thinking about covering something else. I think I can. I want to. Okay. That's the end of the Ethan Hassan Ian beef. I'm going to be honest. That's not a content cop. That's a Noah Samson video disguised as a fucking content cop. That is the worst fucking video I've ever witnessed in my entire life. That is the worst BreadTube video in my entire life. That was leagues beyond anything I've seen BreadTuber wise. Holy shit. Like, I'm actually like drained by that. You made the ops of Ethan defend him. How does that not register in your heads that this is actually more of a problem than you think it should be? That this video isn't as good as you think it should be when the ops won't eat it up and say this is a good video? It's because people have been paying attention to what's going on in Hassan's community, and we're not retarded. We don't buy the fucking, pignosis that Hassan gives off. Holy shit, man. Oh, my fucking Christ. Oh, my head hurts. What is it, Wiley? What is it, man? Like, genuinely. We got to make it quick. What's up?
I'm actually too angry to watch that content cop video. I want to take a shower.
Hello? Willie? Hello?
Whoa! Watch Count Dante Deadiest Man for a crazy
Yes,
lol
Beckett,
count.
it's that fucking bad. If you know anything about basic fucking history of Hassan and Ian and Ethan, this is the worst fucking video ever made. Hello?
Whoa! That content cop makes me want to fed post.
True, same. Hello? Bro, I'm in the call. All right, hold on. Hello? I moved you up. Still nothing? Okay, guess not. Willie's bogging you? It's not even Lumpy Willie. It's some... It's... Okay, bro. Nice. Solid. Funny. I don't even... What? Do I even want to continue? Oh my god. I'm like actually drained by this. I'm like genuinely drained. Oh. He's a chud. I know he's a chud chatter. He's been one of mine for a while too. I like Willie. I like Willie B. Coyote. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I want to catch Ethan's. Maybe I'll do that another time. I need like a break. I need like a solid break from the fucking Ian Ethan shit.
AGP.
Anissa's AGP. True. No straight woman gets that many ugly tattoos. True. Okay. Should I talk about this? Call you? Why? Why do I have to call you, Beckett? Beckett, you're just going to be pro-Jew. We're bought by Israel.
Chris.
You're just pro-Jew.
I'm just pro-Jew.
Yeah, you were bought by Israel in Russia.
I'm more Jewish than Anissa is Lebanese.
True. Keemstar's more black than Anissa is Lebanese.
Ironically, I literally am. I'm like, what the fuck? 8%? 8%? I'm fucking, and this fucking Irish argument I've heard him making, because I've only seen clips of this.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to be honest, I'm very, very Irish. I'm very, very Republic of Ireland. Like, my family's from the south.
Yeah, you're gross. Your people died in a famine, dude.
Fuck you.
You guys died because of a spud.
Oh, is this what our friendship's gonna end over? Are you like, is it gonna be one of these like, where do you sit on the raw things? Is that what we're doing?
I'm gonna be the pro. Yeah, like you're gonna be Hassan about the Irish, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, English totally justified to take over Irish lands.
You know, when I was living in Belfast, I got in a taxi, and we were talking about Brexit, and I asked the cabbie like, "Oh, did you vote? Like, what do you think about Brexit?" He was like, "Oh, I voted for Brexit." And I was like, "What? Why?" He was like, "Well, because it's going to fuck over the country and radicalize the youth." And that's, this guy had been released under the Good Friday Agreement. He was like an ex-terrorist. Oh fuck yeah! No, I was finishing off my video, so I haven't had time to fully watch the content
Don't
or anything.
watch any more clips. Don't look at screenshots. Just watch it raw, because I just did that. And look at my face. I'm dead on the inside. Like this video, I didn't watch Nick cover it. I didn't watch Chud cover it. I didn't watch Queeman cover it. I didn't watch fucking Connor cover it or any other streamer. See nothing. Okay. Watch this raw is maybe the worst experience of my life. I will unironically state this. Noah Sampson's more entertaining.
Do you know what occurred to me immediately? And I don't know why this is, but like I actually went back to his Leafy video, and I just wanted to check. I was like, surely this is like, I just wanted to see the difference. It's weird that he's in Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's in Crocs. Like he put on the outfit, but he's wearing. It's like he's such like an old man now, and he's just a miserable like fuck. It's great. I love it. I'm watching sort of Twitter unfold. The tweets have been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't think my Frogan tweet was gonna hit like 40,000 likes. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I woke up and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, this was one of those where it's like a flash in the pan where like anybody who tweets at Samuel has like 12,000 likes on a random tweet.
This is the thing that they don't understand. This is the thing that Hassan and these people don't fucking get, is that so many people hate IDubbbz, Hassan, Frogan, Denims, Sean the Black, all these people way more than they hate Ethan Klein. They don't understand.
I think, like there are very few people that I actually dislike as much as I dislike Denims. And I don't know what it is about Denims in particular, but there is just something about Denims where it's like...
She is a serial killer.
Yeah, like it's like proper, like it's an unironic, I can't wait to report on your death kind of thing.
Yeah. Dude, I actually have more hatred in my heart for Frogan than any human being on planet Earth. Like that's not even like a joke. Like it
was good to see her cry about like the content about her career or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie, watching her cry, I've never had a bigger smile on my face. Honestly, it almost ripped my fucking skin off. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've seen all year.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's so weird to be like, because I finally saw like the intro on Twitter, like a clip of it, and it's like the wake up Ethan thing. I was just like,
yeah,
what is this?
That's rough
like,
to watch.
Actually, what is this? Like this is the sort of thing you put out when you're like Aiden, like old Aiden, like when you're a child on fucking YouTube.
But this is the thing: is that Content Cop always had like a skit or something, right? And I get that he's trying to recreate the skit, but when you're watching the video, watch back to like the Jinx Content Cop, okay? Like just get that one. I think it was like one of his first Content Cops. Watch that one and juxtapose it with this current one. Not only is the energy completely off, it also reads like Noah Sampson wrote the script and edited the entire video, and the whole video is written like Ethan is online and Noah Sampson had a rape baby and this video was just birthed into existence.
I mean, so what I'd say about like the skits at the beginning, I think like, and again, going back and like looking at it, it's like the earlier skits are very much like he's going through a pipe to look for the Keemstar,
which was funny.
Gnome.
I thought that was
which was funny.
Creative.
And like there was like a creativity to it that wasn't like too, I don't know, like it didn't seem like he was seething. Whereas like when you're doing this, like, wake up, Ethan, this is a nightmare. It's like you desperately want attention. There's something about this that desperately wanted attention. I mean, he's got it. He's not got the attention he wants.
My thing is,
Right?
is that this is 100% feeding into the gaslight shit where they're like, Ethan, it's not that big of a deal. You should just stop talking about this, which I'm going to be honest. He fucking should at some point. But the problem
can
is,
you imagine?
Well, let me finish this one point. Is that like the content nuke is where he should have stopped, right? The problem is what happened after the content nuke is when Bada Banana and others started talking about calling CPS on him, and then CPS was called. That's really hard to get past and to just ignore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's well, I can't believe that XQC had one of the most base takes, which was like, you're making the content cop with the most content copable people currently on the internet.
Dude, all of those people back in the day would have been on the chopping block. Lazy reactors, stealing content, fucking lies, misinformation. They embody everything that content cop originally was about.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
aggravating.
I mean, let's be fair. At least IDubbbz got a reaction. Can you imagine releasing a hit piece on somebody and no one caring or even reacting to it? That'd be fucking wild.
Yeah, that would be so crazy if somebody did that. Shut up!
I mean, imagine wasting like all your time making something
Having your
and
wife Oh, I needed that laugh. I fucking needed that. That was good. Oh, I needed that. That's funny.
Anyway, okay, listen, I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks,
Listen, I think we can all agree that whatever else IDubbbz has to say, Ethan Klein is a guy on the internet.
He's a Jew. I'll talk to you.
You're so broken. Cool.
Bye. Holy shit. All right. Willie really wants to talk. All right. I will go back. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on, man?
Okay, so I've got this I want to talk about. I genuinely believe that this is actually the beginning of the end of IDubbbz's career. Like, seriously.
I would argue that happened way
okay,
earlier.
so like he has the choice, right? He was given the choice. He could choose Ethan and defend him from all the anti-Semitic freaks in Hassan's audience, right? And on the other hand, he's got Hassan and all of the retards in his community. And he, without a second thought, planted his flag in the camp of Hassan and all the freaks in his orbit. Like, there is no coming back from this afterwards.
The thing is,
like,
he didn't have to choose. And this is the thing that my argument lies on. In regard to the editor thing, right? They already made a statement. It's like, hey, this guy no longer works with us. And Ian's like, oh, they're doing, what was it? They're doing fake news about my editor or my co-host of my podcast. Anissa already did the first half of it. All they had to add was, we don't endorse what he's saying. That's it. There was no side that has to be chosen. He just had to do that. His career was already dead. Now, when he says one thing though, because it's on a resurgence, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that because this is fucking Hassan's community we're talking about here. Like, the very second that they either there's gonna be two scenarios where this happens. One, like, IDubbbz is gonna say something that'll fucking bruise Hassan's ego, and we all know Hassan's ego is more fragile than fucking crystal.
Well, it's most content creators, especially Hassan and the political people.
Yeah. But like, either he'll do something to bruise Hassan's ego, he'll go against one of Hassan's talking points, or it'll be like the Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 meme where you have outlived your usefulness.
I really
like,
don't
this happened
think he will do that though, and here's why. It's because his wife is like so infatuated with this side of the internet. I think Ian will bite his tongue down for however long it takes because it's the most profitable way for him to move forward. I think he'll literally just ignore things and not actually. If Hassan does something, right, Ian's not going to say anything about it because Anissa will get mad at him for it. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah,
but that's the
I
meme.
could understand.
That's the meme, right?
I know that is the meme, and I can understand where that's coming from. But at the end of the day, like, regardless of what the motivation was, Ian chose to make this video. Like, this is something that Nick has talked about over on his streams every now and then, is that, like, everyone likes to blame Anissa for everything, but at the end of the day, you know,
it's Ian's
to a certain degree, he still has the choice. Yeah, and he chose to make this video. I will say my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory is that he did this at Hassan's request, but, you know, I've got no evidence for that, so take it or leave it.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Yeah, but my whole point is that he's made his bed and eventually he's going to have to sleep in it. It's not a question of if, but when. And when it does, it is going to be the funniest thing ever.
True.
It is going to be
It'll be
fucking kino.
Can I ask you to do something? Can you say Mordecai and Rigby, you're fired?
Mordecai and Rigby, you're fired!
Oh my god, he really does sound like Benson. I'm sorry, I had to. It was killing me on the inside. But like, I get where you're coming from. I appreciate your input, dude.
Yeah. If I could just finish off really quick before I leave, though, like I said, it's not a question of if, but when. The die has been cast, the ball is in motion. It is only a matter of time before Hassan and Denims and Frogan and Sean the Black and all these other fucking retards, they inevitably will stab IDubbbz in the back and throw him to the wolves, just like they did with Ethan. And you know what's going to happen when that does happen? IDubbbz is going to come crawling back like a pathetic little wretch. And when he does, he's going to
crawl back.
It's going to be like in the old fucking opening scene of the Watchmen comic, basically, where it's going to say, he's going to be like, save me, save me. And you know what we'll do? We'll say, no.
True.
And we'll just point and laugh at him like the pathetic backstabbing snake he is. Because like everyone likes to say that IDubbbz is spineless. I don't think he's spineless. I think he's a backstabbing, grifting snake. This video proves that. He is a fucking snake, and he deserves every single thing that is coming his way. And anyone who says otherwise is just huffing weapons grade copium at this point.
Fair enough, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Anytime, dude.
See ya. All right. We got a chatter to give his take. I love that. Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Benson. I appreciate you, Benson. I can't believe he actually said that. That's crazy. But he is essentially right on that. I would argue that this happened way before, like when he was talking about doing reparations with Jinx. This is what I want. If Ian is truly 100% in their camp, I want to see him do a content cop where he goes to Jinx and pays him reparations for the amount of money that content cop made. I want to see him give him a check for the amount of money that content cop made and pay him.
Willie's rant is my soul screaming right now.
True, he is. He's the embodiment of chat here.